Welcome to iCast Summon Friends. If you want to see a proper update on what's happened to date, go back and look at the previous episodes. But basically what's happened so far is the heroes have dived into a sewer to go find what happened to the poor children who had been stolen and bought away by the Crimson Cleavers and been battling rats, rat people, and have just taken out the last of them, these two tougher looking rat folk, one sort of Ronin style with matted hair and the other one with quite muscular and had a big mace and a rat baby. And in fact, thanks to Ravenous, we have art for the rat baby. Da, 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 da. Here is the rat baby in all its glory. Some would call it cute, some would call it ugly. Imagine that but covered in poo and filth.
Some would rather not have that thrown in their face.
Yeah, exactly. So this rat baby was launched into Buruk's face, and if it hadn't been for the temporary health, he would have gone down unconscious. But you guys prevailed, managed to slay the last of the rat people, and you've been left. You're in the sewer still. There's the children. I think Ravenous managed to lockpick open the cage door that was holding them prisoner. Amongst the children, she did also see there were one or two people who looked like they weren't children, but still short. So we'll have a look at those later. But you're it's up to you what happens at this point. So you've slayed the last of those rat folk. They were coming from the north, or last as far as you're aware, at least. You're in the sewers. There's no more monsters. Sorry, carry on.
I did have a quick look in the room where something was happening. As we described it by the end of last session, it's a baby changing station, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Baby changing station.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for the reminder. Yes. So you, Buruk started looking to the north to see what was going on. And found something somewhat akin to a baby changing station. So it's over this way. And that's pretty much where we left off. While Buruk was doing that, what were the others going to do? So Lyrene, I think you were about to say something.
Yeah, and Lyrene is still holding the baby by like the scruff of its neck. How is it reacting?
So it's fairly unhappily. It's sort of and just trying to scratch at wherever it can get to.
Cool. Keep it away from my body so it doesn't get scratched.
Yeah, and you're just sort of angling it away from you to make sure that you're not going to get scratched up by it. Yeah, and it's got like this. It's fairly cutesy looking, but it's got these like pink fur. It's from like, it's kind of like fur and skin. It's like motted and patched, and there's like poop covering a lot of it, and it's a pretty grim sight. But yeah, and it's got these claws that are encrusted with filth as well. So you know that if it did manage to get scratching, that would be bad times. In fact, Buruk, give me a Constitution save.
Ooh. Second.
Ooh. Roll high.
That's not high enough, I suppose.
Yeah.
A mighty 6.
So nothing happens for now, but we'll come back to that.
The most dangerous words a DM will ever say.
For now.
We'll come back to that. So Buruk was heading to the north to have a look around where the two tougher rat folk had come from. And what he finds is not a baby changing station as such, but he does find some interesting bits and bobs. It looks like the cast-off gear from the 3 dead bodies you'd found earlier, those 3 dead skeletons that had been chewed and picked over. So it looks like adventurer gear. So it looks like once again you've come across a failed adventurer party that had been sent for a job, and you've gone and finished the job for them. And yeah, so you can sign. It's just like simple studded leather armor, a set of scale mail, and a set of wizard's robes.
An Archmage's robe, in fact.
Well, I mean, it's up to you if you want to pay for Victoria to identify it, see if there is some arcane influence to it. But from what you can tell, it looks like just normal wizard's robes. You also find their weapons as well, so you can see there's a pair of short swords. So it looks like one of them had been some kind of dual wielder, a wizard staff. So it's this winding piece of wood, reaches to about head height on Buruk. So it's quite a long staff, and the tip sort of reaches over into sort of a twisting claw of wood that wraps around a crystal of some kind. And the third piece is a longbow. Yew wood, if that means anything to any of you. And yeah, it's just a fairly standard looking longbow.
Oh, U as in W-E-W.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, Y-E-W. You.
Sorry, wow.
Yeah, W-E-W. Woo wood.
Ooh, that's a bow.
That's my homebrew wood.
So any of these items are magical? No.
Ah,
I don't know that yet.
Hello, Mublex. Let me just turn you down. You're louder than last time. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's good. I much prefer you being louder than last time. I was having trouble with that. It's Buruk looking through them, who is decidedly un-arcane. But if any of you have arcana proficiency, then if you wish, you can do a skill check to try and determine if you can work out if there's any magical essence to them. But to get them identified or anything like that, you would have to go to Victoria or Victoria's Secret, because none of you know the identify spell.
No, Hazel doesn't know anything about it. Can I pick the longbow?
Yeah. Well, in a minute it's Buruk hunting through them, but let's just get through.
Okay.
Can I just quickly check what the third piece of clothing was? It was a wizard's robe, studded leather, and something else.
Scale mail.
Scale mail.
So it's a sort of kind of like what it sounds like. It's like scales made of metal, layered over one another. So it's sort of tougher armor. So obviously Ravenous is not particularly keen on armor, but it looks like you're acting as inventory for
I just like to make notes.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot to actually tell everyone that we were starting. There we go. I've told everyone that we're starting. Yeah, you find the effects of those three people. There's other things you find as well. So there's what looks like, not quite a baby changing station, but not something entirely far removed from that. So some kind of bowl shape that would fit a child, say a child of about Gertrude's size, and you can see there's leather straps, 4 leather straps, one in each corner of this bowl shape, with buckles. It looks as if it would be suitable to lock a child in and hold them.
Boy, am I not happy with that.
Yeah, and you can see there's 1 or 2 blood splatters in the bowl. So yeah, you can draw what conclusions you might from that. In fact, give me an investigation check, Buruk.
Can you place this on the map? Because I can't. Where am I? I don't know.
You're to the well. There's no combat happening right now, but you're to the south. Well, I presume you're to the southeast. You're gonna be taking care of the children.
Yeah,
Right,
I could check on the kiddies.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 18 for me. And as a reminder, I did walk a bit further and see beyond the. Was it particulars on the door or otherwise locked?
Good
with
memory.
a couple more ones.
So yeah, you can see. Well, basically, that's the end of the corridor. So it's
Yep.
In fact, if I do it that way, you can see it move. So yeah, you also see there's a portcullis. Behind the portcullis, you see there is a squat, small man. And you're not being stealthy, presumably. You're just walking along.
Oh, it's not at all. No.
Yeah,
Baruch, stealth?
the
Those two things don't go together.
the cutlery man is not being stealthy. So, in fact, I have art, and I've been sitting on this art for about a month. So I'm very, very excited to show you guys.
Because
this.
you were expecting us to get here so much sooner.
I don't know. I think I just perhaps over prep sometimes, which can only be a good thing, really. So
What?
This is.
Wait, no. You're kidding.
Oh my god. Who is this guy?
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
That
Reminds me of Danny DeVito.
That
It is Danny
exactly-
DeVito.
This is
Witcher Danny DeVito.
Yep.
yeah. Oh, he hasn't got the swords currently, but now you might know where the two short swords came from.
And this is behind the portcullis?
Mm.
Not
And,
a mutant baby?
No, not as it appears so far.
I mean, you could describe him as a mutant baby if you wanted.
No. It's just I thought I
very
remembered from last session or something. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's proudly a former baby, and let's leave it at that. That said, does he seem distressed when he hears me coming about?
Yeah, so he's not the only person you see. So yeah, to Lyroon's point, there is also so it's behind the portcullis. That's who's at the portcullis looking out. He's got his like hands around the bars, and as soon as he sees Brooke, he starts rattling the bars. He goes, "Hey!" I can't do Danny DeVito's voice, but just imagine it is. What's Danny?
Hey, you get over here!
Hey, you! Get over here! I need to get out of here! It's apparently more just New York.
Lady Bromham!
How does Burke react to this?
Brooke would be approaching him, not within possible reach from behind the portcullis, but just to have a second look what's happening behind, and as well just to ask, well, how'd you get in there? Is there a key?
They locked me in here. It'll be one of those bloody rat folk. Just, I don't know, go search their bodies, I guess.
Do you know how the one that talked to you looked like?
And that big guy with the ugly little guy. And you can see as
You
you're...
mean the dead rat man? 'Cause he's no longer here.
Exactly.
I think Brooke would be staring at him for a few quiet seconds, and then without saying another word, just turn around and start walking away.
So before you do that, give me a perception check.
Yep. 12?
Okay, so inside this cell, it looks like there's another cell within, another portcullis, that he's locked. So it's like he's locked in this almost like corridor, and then there's a room coming off of it. You can make out there's a shape in there. Doesn't seem to be moving.
Okay.
Some kind
Yeah.
of person, body, who knows. So yeah, you just turn around and start walking. He's like, "Are you gonna let me out?"
Honestly, I don't think Brooke would answer that one. He would be walking back, just stopping for a couple seconds by all those sets of equipment, just to throw a glance at it.
Did he
See if
tell
that one-
us who he is?
You didn't ask. He's just
Okay. We
just
haven't asked. Okay.
yeah. He's just shaking him
Oh.
like, "Let me out of here! You know what keeps."
Okay.
And then actually, you get
Who are you?
There you go. No one keeps Danny DeFeato locked up. So it's Danny Defeato.
Oh my god!
Danny what?
Defeato.
Danny the.
I hate this poem.
But yeah, at that point, I think Brooke would just report back that to the party that, hey, I found something. You should come and have a look.
Okay, Danny. Now, tell me, why are you here in the first place? You don't look like someone that should be here.
We passed the forge and we got a mission to come down here and. Sorry, actually, that's not right. He hasn't passed the forge. We got a mission to come down here and take care of. Well, we didn't know what, some kind of disturbances. These rats started coming at us. Bodrick just started savaging into Fred's, and it's bad, real bad. I was relieved when they took me, to be honest.
Are you from this city?
Daggerford?
Or are you from?
I mean, I was just passing through. I work with the Invisible Hand. We just came by looking for work. Got a job with the guards. Came down here and it all went to shit. More shit than this shit. He just sort of gestures to all the poo.
Okay, he just said that he works for the Invisible Hand. I'm rolling a 14 on history check to see if I know who are they.
Nope, it rings absolutely no bells.
Oh god. Well,
You
I
could
don't
even
know if
say
you
they
can.
have been invisible recently.
Yeah.
Sorry, Burke?
You could even say they've been invisible lately.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Living too well up to their name to not be heard at all. Yeah, I mean, you could ask him. It's up to you. There's this diminutive. He's about 4.5 foot tall. Looks human. He's wearing what look like padded jerkin, the sort you would wear underneath armor. He's got a necklace with a silver medallion with a wolf's head barking on it, and yeah, he's got this pair of glasses, and speaks in apparently a New York accent. So yeah, he just continues like shaking at the bars. He's clearly quite aggravated for being trapped in here. Did you get them though? Are they dead?
Yes, they are dead, but. And I see the party. We get him out?
So it's Hayes is asking you, are you gonna release this
So I think at this point,
I'm not here.
I'm just going back to the rest of the party, and all the other ones would be pretty far out of earshot.
Yeah, I think that Hayes is the only one next to him at the minute.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Hayes, if you want to go ask them, you can just walk back to the rest of the party and ask them what they think of this.
So,
Lyron
okay,
kind of has,
I'm just with
the
Burke
hand
right now.
No, Burke's already been walking back to the party after his exchange with this man.
I mean,
Huh.
I figured out what I
I'm gonna-
needed to do.
He just
I'm gonna go back to the party then. Just
Cool.
wait here, man. Danny, Defeato. I'm gonna ask my friends. Because I don't know you. Oh, I don't trust you yet. He goes back to the party.
And he just sort of shrugs and is like, I'm not going anywhere. Just turns around, walks back into his cell, and Hazer, give me a perception check.
Perception. Ooh,
Such
8.
amazing
That's
rolls
all
we've
one.
gotten so far.
Oh, nat one.
Yeah.
You see nothing. It's dark inside his cell. So yeah, you start making your way back to the rest of the party. So while Hazer and Burke start walking back to the party, Ravenous. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that I have a passive perception with 17. That doesn't.
Oh yeah, that funny thing of is passive. Your low end.
Yeah.
No, not for this sake. In other situations, it could be. So, meanwhile, Lyroon, Nanto, and Ravenous are hanging out with the children. So,
I'm trying to corral them up and out.
cool. So, Lyroon's you're going straight in to try and sort of gather them up and ferry them out. Ravenous, what are you doing? So you unpick the lock. They're all like cheering and celebrating.
And then I was like, okay, bye now.
And then you just close the gate on them again. What are you doing now?
But then I did remember I did kind of go, look, it's fine. It's not locked. Look, see, just stay here.
And you did that in combat too.
I did do that in combat. So I just sort of go back and I'm like, okay, kids, we're back. Let's get you all out of here. This is my friend Lyroon. Don't worry, he's also very nice. Let's get you out of here.
Okay. So I've got art for this as well.
Oh.
Lyron holding a baby art. Go.
Maybe that's what Ravenous will draw for next session. You never know.
Post up the Lyroon in lingerie that I sketched for you.
So most of the children look like fairly nondescript children because I can only produce so much art. But yeah, here are two that stand out to you. So one's the names in the bottom left are the artist's name, not the children's names.
Why not both?
No, her name is Eddie Smith.
Sure, why not? Edina. These two stand out to you. These are the ones that seem the most vocal. The others have seemed a bit shell-shocked, and they're all partially covered in filth, and they've just been sort of huddling on the side of this causeway. None of them seem as malnourished as the children you'd seen on the surface, though. So it looks like they're not like fading on energy. At least they're more just shell-shocked and unhappy. So yeah, there's this human male boy, and then this elven male boy, with this spilling out afro surrounding an exceptionally large forehead.
Exceptionally large.
And interestingly, the elven girl, you can see from her clothing, she doesn't look quite like the others. She's not like a down on their luck refugee child. She actually seems to be wearing a nice, fairly ruffled almost shirt.
Are the other children making their way out? Are they following our direction, or what are they all doing?
Yeah, they're all just kind of going, yeah! Oh my god! Oh my gods! In fact,
these two kids are kind of like lingering in the back, or what?
So they linger at the back for a moment and then come up to you, Ravenous, and to you, Lyroon, and just they're like, you came for us, says the girl, and the lad goes, took you long enough.
I'm like, okay, little boy. Well, if it weren't for us, you'd still be in there. So maybe be a little bit nicer.
Maybe a little bit faster, and then Bobby would still be here.
Who's Bobby?
And he just gestures to the rat baby.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Okay. What happened to... I mean, other than the obvious, what happened?
I mean, wow, I've already forgotten his voice.
That's about right.
Forgot his own voice.
I don't even know why I bother doing the voices. I should just not.
I love the voices.
They took him away. I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, it's a different voice now. They took him away. I don't know what happened to him. Like they took him out of here to the north. That big rat guy. Never saw him again. Now, I mean, it looks a bit like Bobby. I'm guessing that's him.
Oh, so you don't know for sure?
I try asking Bobby to the rat baby.
Insight check.
Wait, doesn't Ublex have like understanding of languages thingy, my Bobby?
He does, but he's not there.
For
Meh.
If he does, he's to the north and not around for this conversation. He's hanging out with Danny Defeato. But
Alright, yeah, give me 1 second, boss man.
oh yeah, pots for your benefit, Danny Defeato.
I needed to see this in my life. Thank you.
We've sat on the art for about a month. So
Wow, just everybody rolling.
So that 9 insight check, and he just starts. He's just still trying to scrabble and scratch at you, basically. No obvious answer, but I mean the kid's like staring at him like, I mean, he looks a bit like Bobby.
Why is he Danny Defeato now suddenly? This kid is from everywhere.
Yeah, he's got all the accents.
Look, he traveled around, alright?
Yeah, he's had a traumatic time.
Alright, okay.
And you pick up accents like no tomorrow, so maybe he can hear Danny Defeato in the distance, and picked up his accent.
Offering me an egg in this trying time.
Okay. How long was Bobby gone before you saw him again?
About, I mean, he was taken maybe 5 days ago, 6.
Okay. So
it's hard to tell down here. I mean, sewers.
I mean, you can see through the grates, surely, that day and night is changing. But okay, child. So how long have you guys
So
been here?
rude, Ravenous. Gosh.
Yeah, well, he was rude to me first. He was like, "Oh, you should have hurried up." Burp, burp, burp. I should just lock you in here, little child.
Is that what you say?
Yes.
And he just flips you the two birds.
Right. Back
And he-
into the
Rabbit
cave.
was like, "You better watch those fingers, or I'll bite them off."
And he just takes off running, trying to make his way out.
Okay, fine. All right, small.
Oh, there's crocodiles.
He's gone. He's running.
Wait, can we stop him?
You could try. If you
Ah,
wa-
later,
That
it's
goddamn
fine.
crocodile.
if you-
No, because they can find the tiger. It'll be fine.
That's not a good thing.
they don't know the tiger's on your
Good
side. You're just
thing
going to
for
see a
one.
tiger.
They can find the tiger.
Yeah,
Leave the
they
tigers
visit
like
the
it
tiger.
is. It's fine if you ask me.
And like
They'll see the passed out bad guys on them, and they'll go, "Ah, this must be their steed."
I'm leading them up and out. Is what I want to try to do. So I suppose I'm protecting them from the crocodiles.
the giant crocodiles. Meanwhile, as that exchange occurred, the elven girl just sort of been watching, just looking steadily more and more concerned, particularly after Ravenous threatened to eat the fingers of this boy. And it's like she just like pale slightly. It's like, you wouldn't really eat his fingers, would you? Ravenous.
No comment. Of course not, small girl. I would never actually eat fingers. I only eat the jerky of cats and dogs that I find on the street.
Persuasion check.
Ah! Either way, that would probably terrify her anyway.
Yeah, but it depends which story she's going to tell the guards later.
Oh god.
All right, yeah, no,
15.
yeah, she believes these. It's fine. So she's sort of like, okay, you probably shouldn't threaten to eat people's fingers though if you don't intend to.
Ravenous kind of like looks at her quite shocked, like she seems very mild and grown up for a small child. I kind of like look at her like, elves live a long time. How old are you really?
Yeah, a small child of 36.
yeah.
340.
Actually, yeah, Lyrene, you probably would know this best. Elves, so they live a long time.
They've reached maturity around 100.
Yeah. So when you say reach maturity, that's like as in they become like an adult-sized person. So yeah, she just gives you a knowing, shrewd look and like raises a finger and just taps the sides of her nose and she's like, old enough. And she just turns around to start walking off after the others.
Oh man.
It's not nice to ask someone their age, you know. I'm not saying that in character.
Oh.
Yeah, speaking of which,
Oh yes, Nanto's voice has changed significantly. This whole ordeal has steeled his resolve.
I mean, my voices jump around. Why not yours? So, any more interactions with the children?
I mean,
I
want to ask both Mikita or whatever their names are.
Michael and Eddie.
Yeah, but they had the gender swapped names.
Goodbye, Rhythm.
Wanted to ask who their parents were, or they're orphans.
Oh, good question. Well, so Michael's already taken off sprinting.
I can catch up to him.
Well, no, because he's sprinted after the other children, and Lyran said he was leading the children, so surely he would catch up to.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, he's run straight towards Lyroon. Sorry, one moment, I'm just setting up the next series of songs. There we go. So yeah, as he takes off running away from Ravenous, he's not like screaming or in terror. He's just like, nope. Just get flipped to the birds and then ran off. And you can see as he's running, actually, he's got them like over his shoulders, just behind him towards her as he runs.
This kid. I'm so tempted to mage hand and trip him up and be like,
And I lean down real close to say, "I'll eat those fingers!" Ah!
Just turn invisible and wait until he stops running. Wait, you do have telekinesis.
I do have telekinesis, but I don't have any spell slots left, although that's not a spell slot thing.
No. So he's like takes off running towards the group, and he's like he's trying to like run past the others, but they're it's a relatively thin causeway, so it's not like you can just barge straight through them. But he starts like worming his way through the kids. There's about a dozen of them in total. So yeah, Lyroon, you can see him coming. So what did you ask him? So who his parents are?
Yeah. I Do you have parents to go back to, or are you all orphans?
And he sort of like rearranges his jacket somewhat, and as if to pull the collar up. And like, don't need no parents. Survive well enough on my own. These lot though, probably. Yeah, I think they've got some of them. You lot have got parents, haven't you? And yeah, some of them start crying, but asking for their mums and dads and such. Seems like
we'll go find your mums and dads.
Yeah.
Soon.
Mikhail though seems to not have parents or children.
Yeah, and he's obviously wrong because he didn't do quite well because he got stuck in sewers being turned into were-rats. But I don't say that out loud.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, what are you going to say to him? What took you so long to get down here anyway?
Oh, this kid is grinding me!
We didn't know you were down here. We only just got into town.
You didn't know there were a dozen children? What are you doing down here then?
When we found out, we came.
Bringing the new shipment in, of course.
The next match,
just in case I'm still out of hearing range. But...
Yeah, you're good. Well, alright. Fair enough. Wish you'd come sooner.
I wish I would have. Sam as well. Come, let's get to the surface. Beware of the tiger. It's friendly though.
Beware of the friendly tiger. Why should I be wary of it?
And he just sort of, his eyes widen, like, tiger.
Yes.
Oh yes, he's quite cute.
And he just looks to Nanto, his brightly coloured metallic bard. You guys are weird. Yeah. Okay.
Lyroon nods, like yes.
You got a tiger? How did you get a tiger down here?
It's a magical tiger.
Of course it is. He just rolls his eyes. And then just goes on worming his way through the kids, reaching to the front of the pack, and he tenses as if he's going to start running for the sewer entrance again.
No. Wait, is he actually going to start running?
He starts running, so it's up to you. You can.
I want to use my telekinesis to pull him back 5 feet.
Yeah.
Like yank him back and just be like, hold on.
How does it work? It's a strength check, right?
I believe so. Let me get the DC for you.
DC 26.
Yeah, DC 40.
Or just
14 or 14?
40, 100%. It's definitely 40.
Well, he rolled a nat 19, so
Yeah, but he gets a -6 because he's a child.
I think that might still pass.
Yeah, it's 13.
Yeah. Yeah, he feels this sort of tug at his back, and you can see actually that his clothing sort of weirdly pulls out away from his body as if something's tugging at him, and he's just like, and he just takes off running. Lyroon obviously is escaping as well, so he was beside you, so you can react as well.
I hate this kid.
Obviously, attack of opportunity, kill him.
Just Kali Ma, just straight up, you know.
No, I let him go. I have other children to worry about.
Cool. Okay, so you just let him run off into the sewers. So yeah, I can see a cat.
I wouldn't do that. There are crocodiles everywhere.
I can take care of myself.
Nanto
Yeah.
is not dexterous or fast and will simply say to the rest, that child may very well die.
And the elven girl now is just caught up after having walked away from Ravenous, and she just gives a knowing look, nod. He probably will.
That's quite unfortunate. We'll probably write a story about that or two. Oh, it might become a great fairy tale someday.
I don't see any fairies involved, but sure.
Oh, that's where the embellishment comes in.
Ah, yes. Bards.
Odds.
Lyrin, you were going to say something?
No. I'm yelling at Odin.
Cool. Okay, so while that's all been transpiring, now there's enough time for Hazel and Burke to make their way back to the party. So just as you're ferrying all the children away, Mikhailo has taken off sprinting into the darkness, yelling that he can take care of himself. You're having a conversation. Yeah, Burke and Hazel start to approach. So I think Burke, you were going to be saying to them, or Hazel was going to be saying to them, something to see.
Yeah, I think Burke would also mention there's something strange. I have a very bad feeling about what's been going on here. When you've got a moment, can you all come to look? Also, they seem to have a prisoner over there.
A prisoner?
Ooh, goody! More prisoners.
Well, I can.
Not
I can
that
pick
kind
up
of prisoner, Nanto.
Sorry, Ravenous, what were you saying?
Another
So
child?
Sorry, Ravenous?
No, it's fine.
All right, Burke, what were you saying? Because I didn't catch that.
Not that kind of prisoner, Nanto. That one seems to need our help.
Oh,
Okay.
they all needed our help. Come on. Whee! I'm following.
Just imagine a little pirouette. Sparkles
Bless you.
coming up.
Bless you.
So, okay, so yeah, it looks like Burke wants you to come back towards the prison to help out with that. So, what are you each doing? The Nanto, I think you were going to go with them.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go because I have proficiency in picking locks.
Yeah, so
I will stay with the children because that's what's important right now.
with the children.
Ravenous wants to be as far away from my Michaela as possible.
Are we all
I am
together
thinking
now?
of the children.
Yes, Hazer, you are currently all together, although it looks like Lyroon's going to stay with the children to escort them out, whereas the rest of you, looks like you're planning to head back.
And
Okay,
and if I have
well.
extra time, start getting the bodies that are
Hey.
at the tiger up.
Oh, yes, cool. So, yeah, you're going to collect the tiger en route with the Stabbington brothers slung over its back. Yeah, cool. Hazer, what were you going to ask, sorry?
Damn, I forgot what I was gonna ask.
No worries.
Yes, I was gonna ask the group, but I think Berg asked already about freeing the old guy.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
it looks like you're going to go back and have a look at him, but yeah, you feel free to ask if you want to free him. He's just mentioned as a prisoner.
Also,
Okay, let's just arrive to him and then I will ask.
also, just for a reminder, so did we kill or at least enslaved all of the rat people? I think that we caught every single one of them, didn't we?
Yeah, you've murdered them all.
Well.
Well, we have 3 survivors. We have the captain and the 2 Stabbington brothers.
Yeah. So they're all humans that you've captured or knocked unconscious. Yeah, the captain and the 2 Stabbington brothers.
Because as a group, we only care about human lives.
Watch out, Burke.
So, my tiger is still with them, right?
So yeah, Hazy, you're now with Burke, Ravenous, and Nante. And it looks like Burke's just explained to them there's a prisoner, and that they all seem interested in coming and checking it out.
Except Lyra, who's
Okay,
looking.
while we are going to check this guy out, I will mention this guy mentioned that he works for the Invisible Hand. do any of you have heard of this group? Or I don't know what are they, but it um I think. Goddamn.
No worries. So give me
Sorry,
history
just
checks.
thinking English.
That's all right. While you're doing that, everyone give me history checks. So that's Burke, Nanto, and Ravenous. Let's see if you've heard of the Invisible Hand.
11.
11.
Hey,
19.
Burke, unlikely source of knowledge. You always do well on things that you shouldn't. I swear. So yeah, Burke, you alone have heard of this group. Actually, it makes sense because you were already in Daggerford when the others arrived, and you'd already done the forge. In fact, so you know them as another. They're an adventurer group. They spent quite a lot of time trying to like advertise themselves, and it's not just like one party. It's several like groups of adventurers that are banded together to try and get better work, essentially.
The Invisible Hand, yeah. I've heard of those. A loudmouth bunch. Don't seem to be worth their word, though.
Perfect.
And do you think we should free this guy?
Oh, yeah, if he's really with one of them, which, I haven't seen any insignias on him, so I can't vouch of that. But if he is, I'm sure many people will be happy to see him again. Not so much for his
Well,
friends over there.
Well, let's take care of that then. If he turns to be against us, then we just eliminate him. Easy.
On any other day, I would be with you. Today, I've had plenty of fighting today. Let's just clean it up and get out of these sewers. I'm itching for a dab in bed.
I need to clean myself too.
And I need to cure my pink eye.
And I need to cure your pink eye. And also, I think Lyroon got sick too, right? Someone else got
Yeah,
got
Lyroon's
sick.
feeling fatigued, but that's about it.
But it's been a very, very long day in the sewers. Lyroon simply assumes that it's been a very long day in the sewers.
Yeah, and killing pumpkins. The pumpkins was the same day.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It's been an incredibly long day.
Wow.
So yeah, like Lyron's sort of his feet are dragging behind him as he's escorting the children, the tiger, prisoners slung over the tiger's back, all out. So yeah, you troop your way back towards the this portcullis, this prison cell, where indeed Danny Defeato, he's still standing there with his hands wrapped around the bars. You gonna let me out of here?
So, as we're getting there, I would mention that Burke would be pointing at us. Looks like this is the adventurer's armor, and I would just further point to that bowl, saying, and here, I'll want you to look at this. I think I know what this was used for, and I don't like it one bit.
Yes.
As we get to the bowl-like contraption.
So yeah, Burke's pointing out the bowl with the leather straps and a couple of blood smudges upon it. If anyone would like to investigate the bowl, feel free to.
I'm utterly ignoring Danny Defeato as he tries to draw our attention here.
So Burke's just carefully ignoring Danny Defeato. What did the rest of you do?
I'm gonna open the lock door for this guy.
Yeah, so
That'll be this tool will be dex check plus 2, right? Oh, that was bad.
dex check plus proficiency. But yeah, both you and Ravenous are capable of lock picking, so I'll allow you both to take a
One
crack.
thing, so if it's particulars, I'm not sure lockpicking. Is there a lock on it to begin with?
There is, because you said that you could check the guys for a key.
Yeah. So
Wait,
yeah,
wait, I was gonna comment. No one has. Still no one has.
no one has searched their bodies, Ricky. You are determined to show off your lock picking skills.
And to be honest, Burke would definitely forget that part. I was thinking in the back of my mind that, wait, so where were the corpses of those two? Maybe we should look. Burke would prioritize of just saying, look, there seems to be the Werehat creation station over there, and we need to look at that. Danny Defeato be damned.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Danny
that's
DeVito
much
is
better.
be damned.
So
God, why?
yeah, so Hazer comes up to the lock on this cell door and gets out his metal pick and rod and starts rattling away at it and rattling, and after about half a dozen seconds, pulls out the rod and it's just sort of bent a bit out of shape and just no such luck.
And then Ravenous kind of walks forward and goes, "Psh, amateur," pushes him out the way, and then goes in with her thieves' tools.
Move!
Yeah, and when you look at Ravenous's thieves' tools, you can see that they are worn from long use. There's a lot of nicks and scratches. They're sort of a bit wonky and bent because they've been put in and out of so many different things. And she just rattles for about maybe 2 seconds. Sorry, Logan.
I have an important thing to say about thieves' tools, as I actually do own a pair of lockpicks. That being bendable is actually important because of the different styles of locks.
There you go.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
the
you need
fact.
flex-style tools. It's like a it's like a boning knife for filleting fish. It has to be flexible.
Didn't know that either.
I know nothing.
Yeah. Well, don't
Oh,
really
yeah.
like fish here.
Yeah, with deboning fish, you pretty much need to be able to bend the knife to conform to the shape of the spine or the fish that you're trying to debone.
Yeah, fair enough. That does make sense.
Yeah. Unless it's sewer fish. Anyway.
Unless it's sewer fish, then it's just.
Then you don't want to do that.
So Ravenous, after about 2 seconds of work, you can hear there's an audible and the lock pops open and the gate swings open and immediately Danny Defeato is like, yeah! And the sort of pulls open the gate, I'm free! And starts running out, determined to get out of there. Let's get out of here!
Yay! He's free! Let's get out of here!
Can I inspect the cell?
Indeed. Perception check from Ravenous and Nanto.
Sweet.
10.
So
16.
Nanto alone of the 4 different people who've looked into this cell sees something of note. So you can see there's another similar gate further inside. You can see there's a slumped form within one of the cell that's within this. A cell within the cell.
Mm.
Oh, there's someone else in here. Hello, someone else.
There is no answer. But Danny Defeato goes, "I'll leave him. He's doomed. Just get out of here."
Dude,
What do you mean, dude?
you didn't put a curse on him, did you?
Alright.
He's sick?
Brooke would be standing in the middle of the path just to make sure that Danny is not leaving before we figure out what's going on there.
So
I've done another sleight of hand for picking that lock.
okay. It's not sleight of hand. Sorry, it's dexterity check. But
Well,
but that's fine. Your dex. Oh, so that last one wouldn't have been 18. That's fine. You don't need to re-roll. I'll just take your roll, which is 18 anyway, so it's fine. Yes. So Brooke, give me an athletics check, because effectively you're just trying to prevent him from.
Oh, is he trying to force his way through me?
I mean, he's basically about to run into you.
That's
I need
his
a
problem.
Fito. I need a Fito trying to run to the big ass
God.
hobgoblin.
That's not a good start.
Well, I'll describe what happens. Ooh. I've rolled 2 dice this game. Both have been natural 19s. So Danny Defeato he's sprinting out of his prison cell, newly released. He sees Brooke sort of planting his feet, getting in his way ready, and he just takes one look at him and then just drops and slides straight between Brooke's legs. And as his hands go down there to grab him, and he's like, "You can't stop Danny Defeato!" And he just
do this.
and he just slams both his elbows into the ground, launches himself back up to his feet, and starts running.
I imagine I'm mostly investigating in the cell, and I'm disappointed that I don't get to witness this.
Oh god, I love this, but
There-
Brooke would definitely be calling an alarm as that happens.
And you
Fine.
can see,
He'll run into the tiger soon enough.
And you see there's from the maneuver there's like this long brown sludge like covering the back of Danny Defeato's body. But he just launches himself back up to his feet and carries on running. So meanwhile, Nanto and Ravenous, I think we're heading inside to go investigate this other cell. Ravenous, without questions, already just picking another lock. That's she sees a lock in need of picking and she's at it. Meanwhile, Nanto is further investigating this slumped form that was within the cell. And looking closer, you can see it's what looks like something halfway between a child and a rat person.
Is it Bobby?
Oh,
It could be. You don't know. You don't really know what Bobby looks like, other than that the Mikhailo seemed to think that Bobby was that rat baby that Lyroon was holding in his hands. But you can see there's like half a dozen puncture wounds along one arm, where it looks like he's been bitten by something. So I can see Ravenous is dealing with cat issues.
okay, I'm gonna do a medicine check on that humanoid.
Go for it.
It's an 18 there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, you can see that it's clearly but based on what you've just been fighting, it's clearly a bite from one of those rat folk.
Okay.
Oh.
So he is right now like with that medicine check. Does he look like he's dying or something?
Not dying. More well, they're unconscious right now. You can see the patches of their skin that aren't furred over are covered in a slick sheen of sweat. It doesn't look like they're dying as such, but they certainly don't look well. And they're sort of breathing shallowly and laying unmoving in the cell.
Can I slap them a bit with Mage Hand? Just to kind of like wake them up?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, so you just... how's your Mage Hand look, Nanto?
Well, it's telekinetic, so it doesn't have any verbal or somatic components, and it's invisible.
Oh, you've got the invisible Mage Hand.
Yeah, so telekinetic. If I already know Mage Hand, it has a range of 30 feet. I can make the hand invisible, and it has no verbal or somatic components.
Okay, so with absolutely no warning or any kind of sign of it happening, you can just see suddenly the head just sort of just snaps to the side, and it's audible.
Just like patting someone on the face, like, come on.
Oh, okay. So less of a head smack and more just like
it's not a smack. It's like a come on.
Yeah. So you can just see the cheek sort of wobble slightly just from something impacting it repeatedly, and you can hear a slight like, and that's about it though. No further reaction, and then it stays in the same state.
Hello.
I'm gonna.
What were you saying? Sorry, Ravenous?
Ravenous is going over to him and scooping him up.
Gonna go straight.
Like a hero.
Cool.
Like a hero.
Like a hero.
Like the hero who bites the fingers off children, flipping the bird.
Yeah. Anti-hero. Yeah, Ravenous goes, no reaction from being scooped. Just,
Okay.
as you pick them up, you can get a closer look, and you can see there's the hands, humanoid hands, have started to turn into more like claws. You can see the fingernails have turned into more like talons, and the mouth has started growing forward into a snoutish shape. It's maybe about half an inch protruding forward. And yeah, as I say, you can see the puncture wounds on one arm, and you can see as you pick them up, you can feel through the trousers. There's a tail that started forming.
No.
It
Might be able to fix.
Maybe.
Yeah, if it's not all the way done.
No, throw it into the sewers. Next. Just kidding. I'm not saying that in character.
Cool.
Let's take him to Victoria. She's the only magical person I know. Maybe she can sort something out with this.
And it's time for the first DM loo break, so talk amongst yourselves.
The tiger won't die down here. The bag of tricks goes away after any animal goes away after the following dawn.
No, I know, but that's what I mean by him dying. He was born in the sewer through the bag of tricks, and when he ceases to exist, he is effectually dying. So he lived his entire life in a sewer, which is very sad.
Sorry.
There should be a
sorry
place
about-
where she can go out.
No, because it's just a little 30-foot hole.
Well, you actually
Like,
haven't.
not 30 foot,
You
sorry, that's
actually
a-
you haven't explored the entirety of the sewer, to be fair. So there could, in theory, be another way out. But from the entrance you came through, it was a 5-foot wide sewer grate. So yeah, you no, and it was a ladder as well, which tigers aren't very good at ladders.
Or so you think.
Um,
So, tigers, I agree. God, if it was a jaguar, I would so hardly disagree with you.
ooh, interesting.
I've seen a video of jaguar carrying an alligator up a tree, so that it can eat it in peace.
Oh, I have seen that. Yes,
I
yes.
seen that too. Hey,
Jeez.
I'm gonna be out of away from Kibo for a bit.
Oh no,
Pick
but
a
we need
delivery.
you to control your tiger and tell it not to eat the children.
Yeah,
No,
we'll-
he won't. He won't.
Okay.
I can't get
See?
that mentally because we are connected.
Yeah, so he's got the Beast Bond spell that he cast earlier. So you can just telepathically say, "Don't eat the children."
They're not good. They're
And then
friends.
the tiger misunderstood and just heard eat children.
No. How many children
coming.
can this tiger eat? I say 4.
Place bets now!
By the number of
So-
children a tiger can eat. This is important.
So while Nanto and Ravenous set about saving the half-formed... Oh, sorry, Lyrian, what were you going to say?
It's 1d6 children.
26 children. Plus 1. So
As long as they eat my Kielo first, I'm happy. He
while Ravenous and Nanto go about rescuing the half-formed rat baby child, Brooke and Hazel would see, indeed, Danny Defeato, he calmly slid between Brooke's legs and launched himself up onto his feet and started running straight past him, going, "No one can stop Danny Defeato!" And started running off into the sewer. Brooke, what do you do?
That's a difficult question. So Burke would definitely launch after him. Just, go, "Hey, stop, hold on."
Stop
Okay.
right there, criminal scum.
Are you a crime and all? A criminal?
criminal.
So
You're a crime.
it's burnt face man. It's old reference. That. So Bert, you he's used out some of his movements to get there, so you can easily catch up to him. So yeah, you're just going, "Hey, stop!" And he's like, "What? We're done here, right? You rescued me."
Not before you tell us everything you know about this place.
It's a sewer.
It's a sewer where babies are getting bitten.
Oh yeah. Well, and he sort of glances over to the baby changing table. Literally, it actually is literally a baby changing table. That's where they change the babies into rats. So glance over. Yeah, it's pretty grim. I mean, I don't know what they're doing down here. I mean, they take children, they buy them a bed on that table, and then they're bound there for a day. And I try not to watch it. It's pretty horrible. About half, maybe, just died. That one seems to have worked though. I mean, it doesn't seem to be made yet. But the last one they brought into that little cell there about a week later. I mean, again, it's hard to tell. It's sewer, but about a week later, turned into whatever that rat baby thing was. It's pretty grim. But I'm out of here.
How many were changed? How many have you seen?
But I've been here. And he sort of raises a hand and scratches the back of his head as he tries to work out how long he's been down here. Just gonna.
So, just one quick check. At this point, he's unarmed, right?
Yeah. He's not reached where his his two short swords lay. He's about on this map actually that we. Oh yeah, no, you can't see that. What I'm pointing at. Disadvantage versus live games. So on this map, you can see he's reached around opposite where the hole in the wall is spewing out water into the.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so he's got about that far around. So
he hasn't reached his own weapons, or for that matter, his companions' weapons.
Yeah, exactly. He seems to be just running at the minute. Yeah, and he scratches the back of his head and he just seems to be thinking on that moment, like, it's hard to tell, man. It's a few weeks. It's been a long time. But they must have changed. I don't know, about half a dozen kids into babies, rat babies.
We've only seen 2. There's more of them around.
And he sort of looks, his eyes widen a bit, like, you didn't get all of them?
No, we didn't know how many there were.
Oh, shit.
You realize that your 3 buddies are dead just behind the corner. I suppose that warrants a deception check, as it's not quite behind the corner.
No, you meant more or less in the same place, though. He's like, yeah, I watched him die. Like, one. Here's where I get tested. Do I remember the names I gave them earlier?
Yeah, I remember them.
Tell me the names, Ravenous.
One is Fred.
Hmm?
And the other one, oh god, I laughed at it, now I've lost it. Nope.
Dr. Smellyface.
Anyway, it's really annoying. I should have written them down as I said them. But anyway, one of them just turned on the other one for no reason, just started wailing at him, and then dragged him over towards this alcove, and there's poison darts, and it's grim. They're dead.
I'd like to do an insight check on this. I don't quite think that's what we gathered.
I'm gonna ask him a question. When this happened, were there any normal rats around?
Let's see.
Like a swarm, perhaps?
A swarm of somewhat normal rats? Not quite normal. Kind of a little brainy.
He raises a hand to scratch at the back of his hair again. He's like, I don't remember. This is that weeks ago, and it was pretty traumatic. He got a nat 1 on his history check.
Oh, good. Useful.
Yeah, Danny Defeato. So Buruk, you sort of squints his eyes a bit at him, trying to consider if he's telling the truth. But as far as you can tell, it all seems above board. He got an 8 on his inside check.
What was the humans' involvement here? I understand the were-rats, but what were the humans doing here and why were they helping them?
Sorry, Lyroon?
Oh, no, I'm just metagaming.
Oh, okay. And so at this point, Ravenous, you've scooped up the rat child baby half form out and started carrying them out heroically from the cell. Nanto by your side, and yeah, you can see the conversation happening just across the way, so you can easily chip in. He doesn't seem as interested in trying to run off, by the way, now. After Buruk revealed that there could be more out there. Seemingly content to stay by your side for safety. So to your question, Ravenous, right, the cleavers? Ain't there? They're just thugs for hire. They're just, I've seen plenty of gold washing around here. At least 5, maybe 10.
10 gold.
And he sort of waggles his eyebrows.
Such an amount. It's incredible.
I've never seen such funds in my life.
Among all the cutlery sounds, you can hear a jingle of coin pouch somewhere as Buruk walks.
Well, considering that there might be some more of these things out there, maybe we should hurry along and get out of these sewers before anything else bad happens. Some of us are in pretty bad shape.
Couldn't agree
Good
with you
call.
more. Let me just get my swords and we'll get out of here.
No.
Idea.
We'll be taking the swords until we get out.
But they're my swords.
We don't know you.
And you owe us your life.
I'm Danny Defeato. What more do you need to know?
Oh, don't worry. We'll take very good care of you
Wait.
and your weaponry.
Where's your invisible hand insignia?
And
Ooh.
oh. And he just looks. He gives a sort of slightly reconsidering look to Baruch. This hobgoblin. All right. Yeah, 1 second. And he starts ferreting around in his jacket pocket and pulls out this badge. It's shaped in a shield, silver metallic shield, and it's just got the outline, like a dotted outline of a hand upon it. And yeah, you would recognise this as the insignia of the invisible hand.
Nanto is also going to say, "Oh, I have one too," and mage hand an invisible hand in front of him. So it looks like nothing happens.
He's like, sure you do.
See? Right there. And he points to nothing.
So Burke would spend a couple seconds looking at it, nods, and then just spits into the sewer waters. I had your buddies in the tavern. I think nothing changed.
Such a good kitty.
Oh, he's amazing.
A new player has entered the game.
Oh, God.
Scratch.
That's the danger of having a lot of scratchable material on the chair.
You know what? It's utterly unharmed by it. He's done that to my chair about 1,000 times. It's just
That's amazing.
his claws just fit through the holes perfectly. So it's just really satisfying for him to go like that at it. But all good. Marcus chairs.
As long as he doesn't try to climb it, because if the claws fit perfectly, that would be the next step.
Oh yeah, well the top of it is ruined, yeah. But yeah, Marcus chairs. Cannot recommend them enough to all gamers around the world. Yeah.
Send me a link and I'll buy one because
Yeah.
I need a new chair.
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean, same one.
Yeah, it's the one Brooks got as well, and the one Sammy's sitting in. We're all sitting in the same chair. Sponsor me, IKEA. So,
Yeah,
sorry,
so
I
coming
completely
back
lost
to the
my thread.
content, yeah, Burke would look to the insignia for a few seconds, then back and Danny handing it back, and just spit in the sewers and say, "I had some of your buddies in the tavern saying, no changes, just the city turned better, and yet you want to leave this unfixed. How bold of you."
I mean, everyone's dead. Like it's just me. I'm not getting paid enough for that. Like,
Why
15.
did you survive, and why are you the only one left? Everybody else was killed. So what makes you so special?
And the Ravenous insight check.
The plot begins.
Dum, 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 dum.
Good question to ask. Surprised no one asked it before now.
Because Ravenous is so intelligent.
Because Nanto is naive.
Insight.
And
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
Oh,
figured.
did
is-
Sorry, was it insight? Sorry, my apologies.
Speaking of which, though, Mr. DM, could I roll a perception check for something specific?
You may, but tell me what it is.
He's been scratching a very specific point of his head for far too many times. Is anything wrong with him on that front?
Yes, you can definitely do a perception check.
That's gonna be mine.
Yeah,
Would we all be able to insight that?
Yes,
It does seem
everyone may
weird.
insight away, but also Ravenous. You got the same modifier for either one, so the 18 is the one I'll take.
God,
yeah.
Baruch, you are rolling.
Yeah, right. Like he's got none of these skills. He's just got luck.
You have no mod, and you're just
My skill.
rolling.
It's fine.
rolling
If this
big.
happened this happened to me before, and next game you're gonna be rolling nothing but nat ones. I'm
fancy
preparing you.
The karmic balance will work itself out.
Yep, conservation of greatness and all that.
Exactly. So, Nanto, you take him purely at face value, as you should.
Maybe he
Meanwhile,
just got really lucky.
Ravenous and Burke, as you ask this question of like why did they take him and why did he alone survive? What's going on? You see him look down to his arm. It's covered by cloth and armor and such, but he just looks down to his arm. Just the eyes just flick down for a moment and look back up as he continues his conversation. He's like,
Ravenous grabs his arm and just tears the material off the end of it.
so before he can even answer,
I saw the eyes. I saw them with my insight perception.
It's just like cold right there.
Just like see them flit to his arm. I was like,
Your insight of 3.
Oh no,
No,
taking
so it's-
another roll because
yeah,
I have the same
it's the same mod. So she rolled a perception check first by accident rather than.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's the 18. So Ravenous got an 18, Burke got a 16, Nanto got an 11, even though Nanto's the only one with a positive modifier to it. So that's fine. I'm trying to think what the check would be. Just roll me a d20, Ravenous. Let's just see for your sleeve ripping attack.
Can I do that in D&D Beyond?
Got
Yeah.
23 on insight.
Oh yeah. So you all have seen then very neatly have seen his eyes flick down to his arm.
He's already.
Oh, look at that! So you got a nat 90. It's very good.
Oh my goodness!
All the good rolls rolled by D&D Beyond.
I forgot we could roll there.
Yeah, plugged into Discord. Sponsor me, please, D&D Beyond. So, Ravenous, you grab his arm immediately almost before he's finished looking down at his sleeve. Like he just glances down for a moment and glances back up, and before his eyes have even finished moving back up, your hand's on his sleeve, ripping it back, and you see a load of puncture marks. Not from just one bite. Looks like from half a dozen bites.
Oh Jesus!
All along his arm.
Do they look old? Do they look fresh?
So-
Danny Defeato?
Danny
Yeah.
Defeato, indeed. One is very fresh. One is very fresh. Like it looks like it was literally hours ago. But as they move up the arm, they look older and older.
That's very interesting.
And you go, whoa! And that's a bit handsy, miss.
Oh, we all know Ravenous is a bit handsy.
What you doing there? Look, I think they took me to like try and turn me. Guess they didn't know that I kind of know how to get rid of the curse, but yeah, it's a good job I did, because otherwise I'd be like that rat baby over there.
Oh, how do you get rid of it?
Oh, it's just a spell. Just remove curse. Simple enough, really.
You know magic?
Hello, Garth.
Brooke just goes, you know magic.
Ooh, I know magic too.
Wait a minute, you could have helped that kid, but you didn't. Why?
Well, I didn't want them to kill me. Like, if they saw all the experiments failing as soon as I arrived, what do you think the conclusion they're going to reach is?
Oh, fix that guy then. And he points to the person we're carrying out of here.
I mean,
The other guy we found in the cell.
yeah, the half-formed rat baby.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I mean, yeah, all right. And bring him here then.
Yay!
So presumably bring over the rat baby child. And he rubs his hands together, and he starts making this sort of rhythmic hand movement, starts rubbing them together, and there's this golden essence that starts to gather between his hands as he makes each movement. His lips start to move, and he starts to mutter. It sounds like words that he's learned more by rote than actually understanding what he's saying. It's a language you don't recognise. Brooke knows where I picked this up from. And So, I won't do the words he's speaking because it's another language and I can't say it. But yeah, he starts speaking a language that you don't. That none of you recognise, and yeah, his eyes suddenly glow. This golden light starts burning within them, and then he holds out his hands to the rat baby, half-formed rat baby child. And this pulse of golden light washes out from him and the child across the sewers. No obvious immediate effect.
I can't help but imagine a defibrillator sound as that happens. All clear.
Boom! That would have been great. Yeah. So, alright. I mean, I did what I can. It might be a bit late, to be honest. But if it can help, it'll help.
Oh, goody.
May I roll one more insight check? So, for anyone else, at least somewhat, with at least a bit of magical affinity, it's obvious that a spell was cast. For Buruk, I'm not sure.
You just saw pretty lights. I mean, that could mean anything, right?
Yep. With 11, do you reckon I would recognize that as... that it would...
You'd recognise it as magic. Whether it's the right kind of magic to do that, no.
I would throw a questioning look towards Ravenous and to Anne.
Yeah, so I know healing word, so I'm familiar with healing. Did that look like healing or like remove curse? Would I be able to tell?
Arcana check for Nanto.
Ah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you recognise that as a remove curse spell.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's you can tell just from the threads of the weave that just got woven between his hands. That is indeed a remove curse spell.
Alrighty. Well then, a good old night's rest will surely shake off all the rat things.
Maybe. I mean, I've been doing it pretty much like within an hour or two of getting bitten. No, I mean that one's been days. But we'll see. Can we get out of here now?
Oh yes, it's far too stinky for you guys down here.
Right, it's high time we went.
Thank you,
I
Mr.
want to get my vision back.
Thank you, Mr. Defeato.
Let us gather what we can and make way.
Can I have my swords now?
You may.
Alright then. And then he just moves over to pick up the... Ravenous has become a cat. Yeah, just moves over to pick up the twin short swords laying on the table. And he just whips them around his side, like whirling them, and then just holds them ready in either hand, much like the image that you can see in the art right now. He looks around.
And then he stabs Baruch.
So then anyway, I just start stabbing.
No.
Yeah, I literally have become a cat. Sorry, guys.
So
I forgot to tell you.
So anyway, I start stabbing, and then yeah, he glances to Buruk and just gestures with his sword. After you, big guy.
I would give him a long measuring look before proceeding. But yeah, Burke would be starting to lead the way out of the sewers then.
Yeah. As you stare at him, he just stares back at you and is like, draw a picture. It'll last longer.
Nice. I like this.
Yeah, and he escorts you out. So while all of that is happening, Lyroon with the children and the tiger and the prisoners. It's a lot of moving parts there.
Yeah, and a baby.
It's a grim version of Life of Pi.
Mm.
Except instead of ocean, we have sewers. We still have a tiger. We have more than one children, and we have someone trying to make sense of it all.
I'm just trying to keep everything just fine. All right, that's it. All right, trying to get everyone up top and not bitten by the angry rat child I have in my hands.
So, there we go. So, you start off around here in the sewers. You make your way east.
I can't see it. I can only see Danny DeVito.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, need to
We
change.
only see Danny DeVito. There's
That's
nothing
all you
else.
need to see, right?
All you need to see
No.
is Danny DeVito.
No, you don't understand. I only ever have ever seen Danny DeVito.
Danny
The image
DeFito.
of Danny DeVito has
You
been
close your
burned
eyes,
into
the
my
image
cornea.
doesn't change.
No, this is inspired because on our honeymoon, Sammy and I saw a T-shirt in Las Vegas. It was Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
It's so good, so tempted.
God.
But Danny DeVito, yeah. So Lyroon with the children. So obviously Mikhailo has sprinted off into the darkness, uncaring of the dangers and your warnings. Lyroon gathers up the rest of the children, including the slightly unsettling elven girl and the tiger with the 3 slumped human prisoners over its back, the 2 Stabbington brothers and the captain, and start trooping their way out. Are you at the back or front of the pack?
Exact middle.
The exact middle. Cool. Okay. Where's the tiger? You can probably just about manage to position him as you wish.
I want to stay as close as I can to the tiger, so probably middle.
Okay, cool. So you and the tiger are in the middle, and there's about 6 children in front of you, 5 children behind you.
Excellent.
And the elven girl seems to be keeping close to your side. So you make your way east, and then you head south, because you remember the routes. So you've been wandering around the sewer for a while now. You remember there's this little bridge across the way, so then you're able to cross the bridge and then head back north again, and then east. And that takes you back to the Grate, where you very first started all this time ago.
Oh my god, like 3 weeks ago. What is wrong with us?
About half an hour ago.
Yeah, I mean, in game it's like half an hour has passed at most.
Yeah.
No, an hour and a half.
Yeah,
'cause
we
it-
did
it-
have a short rest.
Yeah, you did have a short rest. But, that's the beauty of it. That's why I had the rats attack from the east, because I knew that would mean you would head east. So, easy enough to make your way back. Unfortunately, arriving from this direction, you do find that the sewer grate on the opposite shore is the one that was unlocked by Buruk, forcibly unlocking it.
Ravenous. No, she's
Yeah.
not there yet.
The sewer grate on this side is locked, and indeed you see Mikhailo just sort of standing there. He's looking at the sewage and then looking back, and he seems to be considering diving into it, and he's like,
Don't.
took you long enough again, no, didn't it?
Snap his neck. It'd be hard.
Just instantly snap. And I'll get
We don't know
the
what
No. A monk slap does a lot of damage, okay? And
God,
what are
yes.
your... And what... Okay. I start rifling through all of the pockets of the people, the unconscious tied up prisoners for everything. Gold, weapons, keys.
Finally. It's wondering when you would. You do indeed find a set of keys. There's a weighty iron band, and each of the keys, there's 3 in total. And yeah.
I try the second one.
Yeah.
Also, apologies, I haven't mentioned it, but once Danny had grabbed his sword, I would have kept at least the longbow and 1 set of armor.
Cool. Yeah, don't worry. You haven't left yet that space, so
Yeah.
you have the chance to gather more. I just wanted to
I
make
would
sure.
definitely not be grabbing the staff, though.
Cool. Good. Yeah, I just was conscious Lyroon had had to sit quietly for about 20 minutes. I've just posted the pictures so you got to see. I rolled a d3 and it was number 2. So lucky you.
Skill.
Yeah, picks just randomly, arbitrarily picks a key and just shoves it into lock. So you rummage through the various unconscious bodies of the.
What do I find?
Yeah.
Hey, inventory error.
Yeah, exactly. So Ravenous, get ready to capture some inventory for the party. That's now your job because you said you would.
I'm literally just. I've got no space.
please.
I've just been doodling this entire time, and there's little space left. But I will make a little patch
Yeah.
for the inventory.
So we used to play with our friend Jackson. He would customize his D&D sheet with like pictures for each of the spells and things to help him remember. So it became like buttons he could press. It's a good way of doing it, actually.
It's quite good. Right. What's
So-
in the bucket?
So
So we've got the keys.
you find 35 gold pieces between the three of them. 25 of those are on the captain, 5 on each of the Stabbington brothers. You find a weighty club was on each of the brothers. Actually, that's probably been left behind, but I'll allow you to have taken it with you. Of indeterminate value for now, just a big old club. And you find on the captain, he has a mace, and yeah, they were all wearing leather armor. So leather armor
on. I'm not.
not
I'm
stripping
not them.
Not just stripping them in front of the children. How weird.
How strange.
I'm sure Nante would have. And
Definitely Ravenous would have.
Yeah, oh my god.
handsy.
I'm so handsy.
You find some rations. 10 rations in total.
Those rations stay because they're sewer rations.
Sewer rations.
They weren't
Sewer rat.
made in the sewer. They probably got them
No.
from the surface and then brought them down.
You find the capes.
I'll have.
You find the capes of the Crimson Cleavers, of course.
How
So
many?
you got 3 there. Make me an investigation check to see if you find anything else of interest.
I
Probably
will
should have asked
happily
that
do
first.
I would like to know if there's anything shiny when I get there.
Yes, these common foot soldiers had
Come on,
Diamonds.
roll. Something good.
Hundreds
Oh,
of
God damn it.
diamonds.
and you find nothing else of interest. So, but you do find the keys. Pick key number 2, stick it in the lock, twist, click, opens. You are able to then start ferrying the children through into the exit to this sewer. I'll just adjust the map.
I still see children, by the way.
Every time I'm going to do this.
How often do you see them?
I see children. And you ferry them out towards the ladder. So you're going to let them go out first? What are you doing?
Is the sewer grate on, or is it moved off? I can't remember.
Good point. So I think you guys left it off as you went down. Someone has come along and put it back on since. Just what?
Curses.
Who knows why? Potentially, it's just someone trying to keep things tidy.
How dare you, good Samaritan?
Yeah.
You will rue the day you slightly inconvenienced me.
Yeah. The stink hole has been covered back up. So what do you do?
The stinky hole.
Stinky hole.
The stinky hole.
And how is Bobby doing now? Still.
Bobby, the fully formed rat baby child,
Yes.
still desperately trying to scratch your arm off.
Cool. Awesome. Which is the strongest looking child?
That would be Mikhailo.
Awesome.
You'll just throw him on the floor. Do not give that kid a child. Oh.
Throw them both onto the floor.
No. I'm
Throw into the sewage.
I'm not giving the rat child to Michaela.
Oh,
God,
thank
no.
God. Oh my God.
I'm going to ask Michaela, since you're so interested in leaving, would you mind assisting me with that crate up there? My hands are a little full.
Yeah, it looks like it. Alright, well, I mean, I want to get out of here. Might as well get out first, eh? And he just starts climbing
Exactly.
up. Child strength check.
Child
Child
strength.
strength.
Good enough. So yeah, he scampers up the ladder and you can see his little muscles bulging, and he just lifts off the sewer grate top. It's not too hard. It presents a challenge for him, though. And he climbs out, glances down, and he goes, "Thanks, I guess," and just starts scampering off.
This child.
And you can looking up, you can see it's now sun's gone down. It's dark outside, and you see he scampers off to the south.
Cool. Awesome.
He just left.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid's a dick. So.
The kid is a
Yeah,
That kid's a dick.
he's also a child, so if we want to find him, he's like in Daggerford. It probably wouldn't be that hard.
Or it might
It's
be
not
hard
like-
if he's a urchin who's like living anywhere.
Yeah, he's got no parents, right?
Knows.
Well, it's not like we have to search all over the world for him. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. So,
anyways, I tell the children, wait here a second, let me make sure it's safe, and then I carefully climb up the ladder.
with the rat baby.
With the baby!
Okay, so let me just think about the logistics. Yeah, I think you can climb up with one hand
Question.
up a ladder. Yeah? Go for it,
What
Hazel.
are we gonna do with those guys? I asked the party about the Staviton brothers and the captain.
Yeah, so obviously you don't see the
throw them-
situation. You don't see the situation Lyroon's dealing with, but you can be asking generally what are you going to do with them in general. Absolutely.
No, we take them up to be dealt justice.
Justice reigns. Sorry.
Justice will be thrown down. Yeah, but actually, tell you what, we'll pick up on that in a minute. Actually, Hazel, we'll just wrap up Lyroon because the party's split at the minute, so it's like a parallel timelines. So let's just wrap up what happens with Lyroon. So you're going to climb up. You reach the street level. Finally out of that accursed sewer. And as you reach the surface, you can just take in finally your first breath of fresh air in what feels like weeks, but it was actually just an hour and a bit. And you're free. And you bring out the sewer rat baby with you. What do you do?
Look around. No, army of crimson cleavers, bearing down on our location. Everything looks normal.
Everything looks normal.
Cool. Call down to the. No. Call down to the children. All right, come up.
Yay! It's so I was drinking. There's a cry of like cheering from the kids, and they start trooping their way up the ladder. And in total, there is 11 of them with you, including the slightly off-putting elven child. And
See the future.
Oh, she's cute. I love her.
And as she emerges, she just looks at you and goes, "Thank you. This was unexpected, but much desired." Music doesn't quite match the moment, but there you are.
I experienced just as much as I
I swear this is my exploration playlist, not my battle playlist.
Yes.
You have to make do when you're copyright free, I'm afraid. But yeah, thank you. It was
Only too happy to help. You do have parents around here, right?
yes. Yes, my parents are there were merchants passing through. I got separated. I imagine I'll be able to find them well enough. Ruff. I imagine I'll be able to find them
You get them.
well
You
enough.
get them. Sorry, Dan.
So we might have to add a dog NPC though. I think we might be able to accommodate that actually.
His name is Borf.
Borf.
Mr. Borf to you.
But I believe
Yeah.
I will be able to find them easily enough. And the other children that have started coming out, there's a few that are visibly rather happy and smiling, and the occasional like, "Yay, we're free!" But some of them are there. You can see there's like tears welling up in their eyes, and they're sort of looking around them fearfully.
Aww.
I try to comfort the ones looking fearfully as best I can, while also holding a rat baby in the other hand.
Yeah, it's like there.
Exactly. I have two jobs here, and both of them don't quite work.
Yeah. I mean, they are fearfully looking at this rat baby. It's determinedly trying to scratch your arm up, and it's managed to get one or two scratches at your arm at this point because it's been a fair while that it's had the opportunities to scratch at you.
Awesome.
So we'll see what happens. So
Don't say that. That's ominous and scary.
It is ominous.
but yeah, I mean, it seems after talking with them a little bit, it seems that some of them don't really have any idea of how to get back to their parents, or if their parents, and in some of their cases, their parents sold them. So they're not really sure if they want to go back.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like Laruin's adventuring days are over. Time to start up a orphanage with the 35 gold that I got.
Anything else before we move back to the rest of the party?
Nah. I'll pretty much just wait with the remaining children for everyone else to come up.
Cool. Okay, so while that is transpiring, Hazer, I believe you are asking the rest of the party what you think they should be doing with the Stabbington brothers and the captain.
Yes. What are we gonna do with them?
We'll bring them to the barracks. Those guards sort them out.
Okay.
Seem to be paying
Tiger,
attention
let's go.
as well.
Let's go! Just like, okay, that's good enough for me. Woo! That seems like a good idea. I mean, the guy, Mr. Defeato, said that, he was sent on a mission down there, so maybe we can collect their reward.
We will need to hurry before he claims it for the whole party.
And then Ravenous kicks him back down into the sewer and closes the gate. No, I'm joking.
I mean, so to that point, are you trying to have this conversation excluding him, or are you just talking about him around him?
Very, very good call. I had assumed that he is basically... Right, he did want me to lead the way, didn't he?
Yeah, he's put you in front because he's heard there's other rat babies out there.
I would mention that we're going to the barracks with them. I had they pay handsomely.
Yeah, I mean, we had a contract. The Invisible Hands. Don't know what accent that was.
That wasn't terrible at all. That was right.
No accent.
Invisible Hands. Yeah. I mean, obviously, my friends are all dead, so if I collect, I suppose I could split it with you guys as you saved me. It seems
I mean,
fair.
when you say I suppose, Ravenous is now using intimidation, I feel that considering... let me do an intimidation check. Considering that you effectively failed in your mission and your friends died, I think that we should, if at the very least, have your friends share. If not, kind of take yours too.
No, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Ravenous.
Oh, Ravenous is going there. But she failed.
If anything, we'll need proof that we didn't steal the job. And this guy might as well vouch for us. Right?
Hey, you saved me. I mean, look, there needs to be something in it for me. Otherwise...
Okay, half. Of yours as well.
I'll split it 6 ways. I'll take a sixth. Each of you take a sixth. It's only fair.
Sounds like a deal to me.
Immediately has to start counting how many people are in our party.
Yeah, I was like sitting there doing the mental mathematics there.
Tag it.
Fair is fair. I think an equal split works perfectly.
Oh shit! Actually, he hasn't seen Lyroon, has he?
Yeah.
So he is up 5 ways.
He would have said fifths. Sorry.
And then we mentioned that we have a six.
And then we mentioned, yeah.
And
It just corrected 6 ways.
he sort of gives a shrewd look, like as if he would only believe there is 6 once he's seen there's a 6th person. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. There's definitely a 6th person. Right.
Sure, guys.
Let's make a 7th person.
It's a 12-person party. Right. Anything else before you make your way out of the sewers?
So yeah, I grabbed the longbow and at least one of the armor sets.
Sorry, yes, you did mention that. Yes.
I'm not sure whether anyone picked up staff and wizard robes.
Anyone wants to pick up the stuff from wizard robes?
I had in my head already.
I would love to
done
pick
that.
up the staff and wizard robes.
There we go.
How about you just grab everything and
Yeah,
we'll just pile them on you, and then once we get out, we can divvy it up.
Burke wouldn't touch the staff or wizard robes because they're magic related.
That is
But-
fair enough.
But Nanto
That's
scoops them up, that's absolutely fine. On your way out, you do also pass the corpses of the various enemies that you've slain. If you wanted to rummage through any of those.
I would take a quick look at the rat guys.
Good. Give me an investigation check. Finally,
8.
Burke's luck runs out.
Told
Um,
you. It only lasts so long.
Yeah. So you find a bit of gold to the tune of 50 gold pieces. That was entirely upon the person of the larger, more muscular rat man. Up to you if you want to split that at the party. I'd recommend yes. Yeah. He's got, again, another weighty looking mace. The other one had those two curved sickle swords. I can't remember what Miale told us what the proper name.
Kopesh.
Kopeshes. Kopeshai? I don't know.
Kepesh, I think.
Yeah. And there's armor on them as well, so if you want to spend some time stripping the armor off them, you can, but no, he's not bothered about that.
No,
I would
okay,
be
no.
looking for any odd looking pouches or anything else they might be carrying of value.
Indeed. You do find a piece of parchment upon the more muscular looking fellow.
Okay. Oh, crap. Given it's fairly dark, I don't expect I can read it well, can I?
No, exactly. The flickering light of other sewage grates vaguely around. Maybe something to look at when you've got a moment to properly read through. But you can see it looks like, from briefly glancing at it and just squinting for a moment, it looks like instructions.
Nice.
Of some kind.
Does
Or
that mean we
orders.
can make our own were rats?
Were chat.
Where chat?
It's the people who have been affected by where hexes come together to talk about their problems.
Sort of like support group.
Yeah,
Welcome to Where Chat.
exactly.
So, sorry, was that Burke?
We can get a were-goblin if you wanted to. A human by day, a goblin by night.
A wobbling.
Well,
How
see,
did you
what-
know about my real life situation?
Don't be absurd, Vot. You're a goblin all the time.
Oh,
Damn it.
So, you find a piece of parchment. It's got writing on it. It seems to be, briefly glancing at it, seems to be some kind of instructions, but yeah, hard to make out the details in this environment. Anything else that you'd find on the chief rat body? You got his weapon. You didn't want the armor. You've got the notes.
The staff and robes.
You got the stuff and robes. Yeah, I think that's
I've got
everything.
Was anything found on the disintegrated body of Cagebeard?
Oh yeah, other than the rings.
Yeah, so you find the ashes of Cagebeard, where Ravenous had,
Are those a spell component?
Yeah, yeah. So you do find, in fact, his component pouch, which is spell casting. It's involved in spell casting, which is worth some money in and of itself. You find the 3 iron metal rings that used to contain his beard. So, Potts, I think you went around for Cagebeard.
No, I was not.
Sadly, you missed out on one of
Is
the
it-
best episodes ever.
Does he have a beard that is actually a cage?
His beard is contained by a cage.
There you go. The middle guy there.
What?
See, it's,
It was fantastic.
it's Cagebeard.
Why? Okay, cage beard it is.
Which I really struggled with. I kept just calling him Chinbeard.
Yeah, oh my god. I'm like,
Very
the
good.
beard, man.
Which was exactly
Just regular beard. But yeah, he was pretty dangerous. He was throwing down some whole person spells.
He kept trying to like.
Yeah, he kept trying to read the spells at me, which was failing spectacularly because I
Yeah.
didn't believe in spells.
Yeah, Burke doesn't believe in magic, so he was immune. Lyroon definitely does and was not immune. But
and was held person for what, 2-3 turns?
definitely at least 2. But Ravenous kept breaking his concentration using Eldritch Blast, so it's some good coordination there. But yes, so you find the 3 metal rings of his beard cage. upon their persons as well. Well, the humans have been taken away, so it's just the ashes of this guy. The robes got disintegrated by it, but you do find this shiny looking golden necklace. It's quite a large, like golden coloured pendant that hangs around it, which is sitting in the ashes.
That face.
It's somewhere between excitement and constipation.
I'm not there to like be like, oh, I'm gonna just like take this for myself. Somebody else has got this. Like they can potentially steal this from me.
Yeah, and you also find a pair of golden hoop earrings.
Golden hoops. Don't care about those.
No, but they might be worth something. And yeah, that's everything you find amongst Cage Beard's remains. So you troop your way out of the sewers. Nothing else seems to accost you or attack you on your way out. So while Loiroon is enjoying the fresh air with the just under a dozen children with him, eventually he sees the rest of you start trooping your way out the ladder. Who's up first out of the ladder?
I mean, I don't use a ladder, so.
Oh, you can just walk up, so actually you would be first because that's faster. So yeah, so you just see Ravenous happily just walking up out the side of the sewers, up out of the tunnel sewer grate entrance and just onto the ground. Still covered. No, not covered in filth because Nanto washed you off with prestidigitation.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that I got looted at some point. Oh no, I haven't fallen in again. Never mind. I think it was Lyroon that just got washed off and then immediately fell in again.
Yeah. But you can see Ravenous's eyes. There's the whites have been stained. The bloodied veins that have been starting to crawl from the edges of her eyes have spread, and now they're a deep, deep pink, almost red, entirely around her iris. Meanwhile, Lyroon, you can see there's bags starting to form under his eyes, more than there should be after such a day's activities. But maybe it's just an old elf feeling his age. Who's next
Rude.
up? Who's next up out of the ladder?
Nanto.
Nanto climbs up, pristine. No poop upon him whatsoever, thanks to all the prestidigitation, and makes his way out to Lyron. You can just see that, first of all, you see the brightly coloured pointed tip of his hat, and then rising up, you can just see the two glowing orbs of his eyes, and he emerges out. And the children will see him and sort of look at him, one or two smile because he looks kind of entertaining. But yeah, he just emerges out.
Lyroon calls down to the sewers. Someone want to grab the bandits we captured, slavers we captured.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, request to scoop up the Stabbington brothers and the bandit captain. There's two people left in the sewers right now. It's Brooke and Hazer.
Yeah, I would be grabbing one of them, most likely the captain. Just grab him, put him on my back. Hopefully, not too many weapons stabbing into him as I do so.
But maybe a couple,
Yeah, they're just
two, not a disaster.
Yeah, they're all just using like weighty clubs, so you're all right. So yeah, you just start climbing up the ladder with one hand. This guy like slumped over your back, easily getting them out. Hazer presumably takes up one of the others, and then it's just a case for someone else to pop down and grab another. I won't make you roleplay that. It's a bit too much effort.
Hazer can't do that. His strength is 6, so he will tie them up with his rope, and then he will climb up. And once he's up there, he will pass the rope to Burke. Can you pull this up, please? I'm not that strong enough for those two guys over there.
Have you tied both of them to that rope?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Yes, you certainly can. So with an athletics check of 22. So Burke, just takes the rope in hand and starts pulling them up, no problem, hand over hand. As the two Stabbington brothers are lifted up into the air, they just sort of swing slightly with each yank of the rope, and their heads just sort of clack against the ladder. Bong,
Yeah.
bong,
Essentially
bong.
against every ladder.
We'll get
Don't worry, they're not
get
losing
down
much.
again and talk to my tiger until it that hey, this was a good trip. Now roam free in these sewers and kill everything you want until you go.
This poor
Just
tiger.
go.
Go, be free.
Be
Oh,
free.
The tiger only exists
Free.
until the next dawn, if it's any consolation. So he only has about 8 hours left of his lifespan.
We'll meet again, my friend.
Thanks for killing for us. Now kill for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So you unleash the tiger to go murder everything in sight that it comes across in the sewer. So you're finally, all of you are out. Sorry, Ravenous?
I was just saying what you said. We're finally out.
Yeah, you're finally out. You're finally all out of the sewers, out into the open world once more at long last. And you can all breathe, except for Nanto, you can all breathe a sigh of relief of clean, fresh air.
Nanto would definitely do it anyway. He probably just
Oh yeah,
like,
he would emulate it.
This would be the loudest breathing.
Just makes the noises.
Yeah, he makes the noises.
"Ah."
And you're finally out into the open. So there you go. Let's pull it back on those children. So there's no sign of Michaelo. He's long gone. But
Good riddance.
the elven man-child looking up to you is going, shall we go find our parents then? I think the guardhouse would be a good place to start, don't you?
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was the plan.
We'll be heading to barracks anyways. That said, the guards at the outpost seem to be a bit further away from those. It's up to you if you want to join us.
The guards at the outpost are a bit further away, sorry.
So I was thinking, Brooke would imagine that the guard outpost he had in mind was that initial guard that we had found out about, the Red Crimson Cleavers of
I was
time.
thinking about the,
I was thinking the actual
the main,
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
the
the
one at
barracks.
the bottom east.
Yeah, the southeast
so
end of the map.
we are heading to those, but he was expecting that the kids would be going to.
Yeah, so
If you want to know the story, here it is. Blah, 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 through all the images.
In the previous episode.
yeah. That's why I very carefully arranged my PowerPoint decks in spoiler order.
Yes. Good idea.
Yeah. So, the girl just looks up at Brooke and says, yes, let's go to the barracks. I think that would be most wise.
Very well then.
All right, let's head to the barracks.
Okay. So, Nanto,
Yes.
you don't have a nose, but you would see there's a decent amount of filth. Are you going to clean the children?
Oh, I am cleaning everything I can.
Good.
Prestidigitation, it's free real estate, okay?
Yeah, right. It's one of the best cantrips in the game. So 1 cube foot at a time, you're able to start cleaning them. So it takes you you can do it as you're walking, but it takes you a good about 3 minutes to get all the children cleaned. You can do that as you're walking, no problem. So he just is waggling his fingers, and it's just you can see the poop and dirt and filth just sort of vaporizing off from their bodies and just almost atomizing into nothing, into thin air.
In fact, if it is a bunch of children, he would be like, okay, everyone, line up for your cleaning. One at a time. He would get all-
Hopefully the poo particles, the pooticles, are being vaporized entirely instead of just being aerosoled.
Quick question: is it pooticles or crapticles?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Pooticles.
Or shiticles.
Okay.
Yeah, tough choice. Yes. So yeah, one at a time, you just vaporizing all of the poop away into thin air and not thin air, into nothing air. Atoms into nothingness. And you make your way across the drill field, and it's about 7 p.m. No, it was about 7 p.m. when you're in the sewer.
It was
actually.
like no. It was like 9 p.m. when we got into the sewer.
No, we corrected it to 7. I remember after that. Call it about 8 p.m. at this point. So stars are out, moon's up. You're making your way across the drill field, and the town is not quiet by any means. There's still plenty of ruckus going off in the distance. You can hear carousing over in one of the nearby taverns, and you can see indeed the guardhouse is still plenty alive. There's 1 or 2 no one drilling in the drill field, but you can see there's 1 or 2 guards hanging around. And you're just marshalling this just shy of a dozen children across the drill field.
To say it's probably a very strange sight for anyone watching. Like, what?
And 3 unconscious bodies.
And 3 unconscious bodies. Burke, I presume. So you pulled him out. So Burke had already the captain who's over his back. I presume the rest of you are sort of carrying the other 2 bodies between you.
So there are 2 options here. If no one volunteers, I will be dragging them over.
I still have a little fully formed rat child in my arms, so I'm not holding anything.
Right.
And I have a living rat child in my arms.
Cool.
An angry rat child.
Okay, so
Please.
I prefer this flavouring. So Burke's got the bandit captain slung over his back, and then he's got the rope held in one hand. He's just dragging the other 2 across the ground, and they're just face down. Their faces just being scraped across the drill field as they walk. And it makes for a pretty strange sight, it has to be said.
They're slavers. They don't deserve being carried.
Is it worth?
Is a fairly dirty trail as we go from that.
Are they slavers? I don't know what they are. It's something
they take children and put them into the hands of were-rats. So that's
they were originally
by a head.
described as slavers, and now they're actually something worse.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Even worse than slavers. So dragging your way across the drill fields. The other 2, those 2 guards are just sort of hanging around outside the barracks and just talking, smoking amongst themselves, and they just sort of pause mid-conversation, sort of slowly look at you, see this strange troop of 6 adventurers. You've got Danny Defeato with you as well,
Every time.
just
the name gets me every time.
We're quite proud of that one. And then,
I'm proud of you.
The just shy of a dozen children, and indeed the 3 prisoners, unconscious prisoners that you're taking across. And you're like, all right, busy night then.
Busy enough.
Half of it.
I'm sorry that just.
It's like so mundane. Yep.
Exactly. It's like we risked our lives.
Yeah, just doing their jobs, it's fine.
And it's like busy day.
Looks like
As
you
crap
found.
as it gets.
Sorry, Burke.
As crap as it gets.
As crap as.
You
Well, at
get a clap for
least
that.
it's all been vaporized. At least. Yeah. Busy night. Looks like what's that? What are you doing with all those children?
These
We
children
saved
were
these children.
rescued from the Crimson Cleavers that had infested your sewers. Here are the surviving members of that band of what we thought were slavers, which turned out to be much worse.
Oh, Crimson Cleavers. You weren't commissioned for that job, though.
Would he
Someone
be
You need to
wondering,
be commissioned to save children?
Sorry, Bert. What were you saying?
would he be pointing that question and Danny Defeato, or just us as a whole group?
As a group, he doesn't seem to have really clocked Danny Defeato yet, or at least recognised him. And at that point, Danny Defeato indeed pipes up as well alongside Ravenous. So while Ravenous is like, "Do you need a commission to save children?" And he's like, "Whoa, don't worry, I was commissioned and I sub-hired these lot here. I sub-hired these lot here." Apparently, it's more like his accent.
It's turned into Cockney now.
Yeah. And the guard just like looks at Danny Defeato and it's like, okay. Best you go inside. What group are you with? What group are you with?
The invisible hand. Woo, and then she gets a mage hand out and just kind of goes, woo.
Nanto gets his invisible hand out.
It sounds so rude.
It's still invisible.
It's quite invisible at the moment.
Yes.
It is out.
So Nanto's just like gesturing and you don't see anything. Ravenous starts gesturing and then an actual like spectral hand forms out of the air and starts woo! And then Danny Defeato just like shoots you both like quite confused look. No, yeah, we're the invisible. Yeah. And just come on.
Yeah, okay.
We're getting paid, guys. And waves you on through with him. And the two guards they just keep a close eye on you as you start dragging the three unconscious body. Yeah, look, they got crimson cloaks. You captured them.
That's the ones we captured. The other three are still downstairs in sewers.
And so the two guards, one of them he's got a round, fairly baby face. There's no facial hair at all, and he's unweathered in years. The other one's a bit more older, grizzled. You can see crow's feet at the corner of his eyes and 5 o'clock shadow. The older one just sort of goes, and just pinches the bridge of his nose and saying, "Why, just kill them? Now we have to put them in prison. Do you know how tight the budgets are around here?"
Oh, I don't deal with money.
Of course you don't. And then they just wave you on through. So you make your way into the guard barracks. This horde of children around you, and they're all just looking a bit confused. The elven girl has just been watching these proceedings fairly quietly. As soon as you make your way in, you can see once again, I think it was Ravenous and Burke who met the lieutenant last time. You only met him perhaps 2 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
We just collected our funds.
Yeah. And so he looks out. He's been scratching away at something on his desk. As soon as he sees you come in, he just takes the parchment and puts it away into a drawer and looks up.
Ravenous comes along and goes, "We're back."
Burke would once again do some sort of salute, whatever he believes is appropriate here.
That's
Oh yeah, last time it was like, "Meh," and then Ravenous was just like,
yeah. But your performance checks were good. I think
they
you pulled it
were
off.
very.
So he looks up and he looks a bit surprised. "You're back again already? Okay. Oh." And he starts seeing all these children trooping in after you. And he sees Burke with the rope in hand, and he sees the bodies just being pulled in behind him. And he sees that
Lyra with the snarling rat child.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot
And
about
I'm
the rat
holding
child.
the other rat child. The
Yep, we have
rat
the rat
child.
child.
And he sort of pushes away like an inch from his desk, like, oh god.
Burke would suggest, shall we have a chat outside? I think will get pretty rowdy with all of us in here.
Yeah, I think that's probably what. Get out. I'll come to you. I'll come to you. I'll come to you. And you remember last time you had an axe beak with you as well. Actually, the axe beak would have probably still been hanging around after you went down into the sewer. So you probably could have incorporated that into your plans. But anyway.
Picked up some of the extra gear and children.
Yeah. So he comes outside and just sort of surveys this, and he's like, "Right, this isn't small Smashing Pumpkins, is it?"
No,
not at all.
This is the Crimson Cleavers.
This is
And their
about a bunch
child
of
stash.
rat people changing kids into rat people, even more rat people.
The Crimson Cleavers were apparently turning the children of of Daggerford into this. I kind of gestures insultingly at the child.
This, and just like you're still trying to scratch at anything not quite within range, but it's desperate to just cleave.
There's a lot of energy for that child.
Yeah, he's determined, and he just sort of wrinkles his nose at that sight and then just turns his eyes towards the. He looks at Burke and Ravenous, actually recognise him, and he's like, "Right, this is the second job You realise you're meant to come get the jobs from us and then go out, not just do them and then turn up, right?"
We can't help it. We're really good at investigating.
Saying, blame him for this one.
We are strangers in a strange land. I apologize.
And what were you saying? Sorry, Ravenous? I didn't catch it.
I was saying, we're just really good at investigating, and also I'm not apologizing for it.
He's like, "Right, I'm."
Nanto will just go, "Well, that sounds like a lot of rigmarole. Oh, you should have seen this one child. He was very upset that we weren't there sooner."
Oh, that kid.
And at this point, Danny Defeato pipes up, and he gets out his the shield medallion with the the dotted outline hand image upon it, and he's like, "Invisible hands, we're the invisible hands. Don't worry." And he glances to Danny Defeato and then looks to the rest of you, and he goes, "No, you're not. I mean, you might be, but I know you lot. Which of one of you is?" And he sort of ponders for a moment. Which one of you is Lyroon then? So there were 3 of you. Very well.
Yep.
But I don't think you lot are silver hands. Or invisible hands, rather.
No, we're not. But that guy just kept insisting that we would take money on his behalf. He managed to lose all his companions in the sewers in turn.
And he would have lost his life himself had we not come and rescued him and taken him out of the cell he was in.
And you sort of
he kind of owes us here.
He sort of just, another adventurer party failed, I see. That makes for a dozen this week alone. Alright.
Sounds like you need to get some better adventurers. And then she glints her little badge.
Well, quite, little lady. That is why we created the forge. Alright. You?
Only by this point, Burke would clock in that's most likely that guy did not finish the forge. Danny Defeato.
He doesn't have a badge.
Yeah, he just sort of squints at Danny Defeato and he's like, "Yeah, you can piss off. I think we'll pay these 5. Don't think you've done much here."
Damn.
And Danny Defeato is like, "I am a member of the..." Oh, no, sorry, wrong accent. "I'm a member of the Invisible Hand, damn it. You will not get any more work from us if you do not pay. We are a collaborative agency, I think you'll find."
Not a very good one.
You just...
Yeah, Ravenous is just low blowing this guy as far as she can.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're low blowing so hard. I don't know if you can go lower than the feet at this point. Like, dang.
This underground.
You're also low blowing a guy who might be useful.
Nah,
it's too late now. It's happened.
Fine.
And you see his shoulders sort of droop slightly, and the 2 short swords he's holding are just sort of lowering. And he's like, "I mean, we didn't do great, but we tried."
Burke would just quickly change the topic. Say, which tavern you're currently at? I'll pay you a visit after. Let's settle this deal.
And Danny's Vito just shoots him a quizzical look.
Does he perhaps look defeated?
Did you seriously?
It was sitting there waiting to be said at some point.
I mean, the low blows taking out his feet. But anyway, Lady Luck Tavern. I mean, look, I'm just going to take a long bath. You...
I'll see you tomorrow around lunchtime then.
I'll hold you to it. What's your name?
Burke.
Burke.
I take it's not going to be difficult to recognize me in the crowd.
He just sort of gives a bitter, brief laugh. Yeah, you can say that. Alright. He just wanders off.
It was great meeting you. Thank you for curing that one child.
Wait,
Yeah.
curing that one child? Can you do this other one?
Probably not. I think that one's too
Probably
far.
not. Oh, I'm thinking the bridge is far too burned for that one.
Although no, this one was fully formed, so they... Oh no, this one was partially formed. Never mind. Ignore Raven.
Yeah, so the one he cured is partially formed. The one that Lyrine's got in hand is a fully formed rat baby child. And he hears you asking and glances over and he says, "Afraid I'm all out of magic today, just like I'm out of gold." And he just walks off.
Poor guy.
If only we could have done something to fix that.
Yeah. If only, guys.
Yeah, she's gone. You
Nothing
can't shoot comments at her way. She's not here. So,
I think that's precisely the moment we can.
And so the lieutenant, the captain actually, he turns his attention back to the rest of them. Right. So in future, we have it's called a notice board, and it's where we put up jobs. And you
Notices, as you were.
Yeah, you can pick up these jobs. You can do them. You know, I'll pay you what we were going to pay the Invisible Hand. That seems only fair. But you got to start doing this the right way around, guys. And he just turns around to head back towards his desk.
But saving people is the right way.
Ruff, ruff.
We just give an understanding nod to that. I mean, fair's fair. We are not exactly playing by the rules here.
Yeah. He seems
Or loose cannon cops that don't play by the rules.
Well, yeah, it seems you're creating some kind of administration issues for him by doing this. So he heads inside and brings out a scrap of... Well, he pulls open a desk drawer and pulls out a scrap of parchment and puts it on the desk and starts scribbling on it. And you can just hear him call from inside, "Names!"
Lyoruun.
Oh, I know many names, like Stephen, or Michael.
Nando. you can just hear almost a growl coming from Buruk, and this is Nando. This is not the time. Buruk.
But he just asked for names. I have plenty. Ooh,
For
how about
sure.
Philip?
Laser.
And I'm ravenous. Give me a sandwich.
Oh, well, he should have just said so. I'm Nanto.
And you can sort of see him start scratching out the names that Nanto started listing off. It throws like a quite angry growl your way. Right, got a party name?
Oh god, I was oof.
God, this is something we didn't manage to. I think, you know what? I think we are humming and hawing in front of him.
What about the Good Berries? Or maybe the Fateful Five? Six, definitely six. What about Happy Trees?
The Bob Rosses.
We'll go with the unnamed for now.
And you just like,
Name for now.
right, anonymous.
We're
Anonymous
definitely going to
party.
need a good name.
That would be a
Yeah,
good name.
let's actually think of a reasonable name outside of character over this past next week.
Okay.
It's tough to come up with, to be fair.
For the next time we are asked, we will be referred as the team unnamed for now.
I'll just put down anonymous for now. Right, anonymous, and it's Lyoruun Buruk. He's a ravenous. Nanto, not Stephen. And right. Well, the services rendered. I see. Is that 11 children? 3 prisoners. I don't know why. Prisoners. Okay.
I mean, I can take them out and burn them for you if you'd like.
Now we'll do our own burning. Don't you worry. The services rendered to the city of Daggerford, and I presume, what did you do with the rest of the cleavers?
Well, I disintegrated one of them.
Murder!
Their bodies lay ruined at the bottom of the sewers.
The ones who attacked us are all dead.
And
we didn't see the rest, but we heard rumors there might be more of them. 6 total we've seen.
There may be 4 rat children out there.
Ah. Where rat children? Like that one? And you just point
Yes.
at the...
Yep.
Yeesh.
Indeed.
Okay, so Crimson Cleaver's still at large.
Crimson Greasers.
Crimson Cleaver's...
Yeah, I'm walking here.
Exactly.
I'm walking here! Still at large, but... Sewers. You took care of disturbances in the sewers? Is that what you did?
Correct.
We also cleared out a giant crocodile that was living down there.
Any evidence of said crocodile?
We do! Yes!
And Ravenous like rummages around and like pulls out this like absolutely mullered piece of leather from the crocodile, just like hacked to bits and just not very well cut off at all.
Yeah, as I remember, we actually had it flavored it that you had Eldritch blasted it free of its flesh.
Oh really?
So,
Okay,
That sounds about
did.
so it's just this like scorch marks and everything across it, but it's clearly a piece of crocodile flesh. And he's like, right, fair enough. One crocodile, sewer crocodile.
I was surprised as well to find it down there.
And
Oh yes, it was very surprising when it took someone off of the road and then just dripped them right into the sewer.
Yeah,
Looks to Lyroon.
And he just looks down to. He starts pulling out the third lowest of the drawers in his desk, and starts pulling out bags of coin. And gets up one bag, clunk. It's pretty hefty. Sounds like there's about 100 coin in there. Gets out another, clunk. And another, clunk. Another, clunk. And another, clunk. 5 bags in total.
I do enjoy
Right.
it.
And he goes, right. Now, for saving 11 children, mostly taking care of the Crimson Cleavers, and a giant crocodile, it seems. Feels about service rendered, yeah. 500 gold pieces, 100 each for the anonymous adventurers.
Did you say 500 each, or did I completely?
100 each, 500 total.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Really wishful
Don't get
thinking.
too excited.
Yeah. 500 each, that would be like a magic item each in reward, basically.
Why not?
Why not, indeed. And feels about fair. There you go. Kids,
Much
come in
appreciated.
here. We'll start looking for your parents, see if we can link you up. About 3 of them start bawling immediately at the suggestion.
Oh.
It'll be okay.
Don't want to go back to her. She sold me. One of them pipes up. And then the other two start piping up with similar suggestions that they had been sold to the Crimson Cleavers. And you can see the guardsman, the captain, just like, alright. And he brings out a new parchment. Who are your parents who sold you? And you can see he's got a long night waiting ahead of him.
And even worse question, I'm sorry for the additional paperwork. Do you have any idea what we should do with the... Do you have a place for troubled children, perhaps? for these were-rat babies?
And he sort of looks at quite a lot of disgust in his expression at the one that Lyroon's holding. He's like, I mean, the executioner's block.
Oh!
I mean, it is a monster.
Yeah, it's a monster. Like, it's a were rat.
Can it not be fixed?
I mean, maybe.
What's the... I'm not from around here. What's your strongest place of worship here?
Well, I mean, there's the old church, but I think that one's way beyond prayers. You can try if you like. You leave it with us. We'll take care of it.
Sounds like a plan. And Burke would just thank everyone and start leaving unless someone else wants to stop him.
Jobs are good, guys.
Yeah, I'm okay with leaving.
By take care of it, do you mean execution block or to the alt church?
I mean executioner's block. I don't. It's a monstrosity. It's not going to be saved by prayers.
It is very creepy.
And he's like, he's still trying to scratch anything within reach.
You don't have to be any part of this, Lyra, and I understand that you're upset about this, but if they're not willing to help us, we'd have to go on a quest to do it. Maybe, unless you want to do this yourself, it's best for the child.
Pull it out of its misery.
Fine, here you go.
Oh.
So you just like handing it off to him, and he's like, he looks around for a moment and walks over to a nearby stand. It's like a suit of plated armor. And he just puts on one of the gauntlets.
Oh my god, not in front of us, come on.
No, he's just taking it so he doesn't get scratched up.
Oh, I see.
And he just like grabs it by the scruff of the neck of Lyroon and just like, ugh, and just takes it inside and throws it into his cell. Yeah, so you each get.
I was very tempted to throw the baby at him. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Come full circle.
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's as he's going to be our future source of income. I would be inclined not to upset him.
Oh, of course, but it would have been funny.
It would have been hilarious.
There you go. So, you've each been awarded 100 gold pieces. The children start getting ferried inside, and it looks like indeed this captain has a very, very busy night ahead of him. One of the children, the elven girl, stops for a moment on her way in and turns to face all of you and say, "Thank you again. That was honourable of you all to assist. Please, a token of my affection. These earrings have been in my family for quite some time. Seems like a suitable reward for such a task."
Ooh,
Actually,
are
I'll
they
flip
shiny?
And the shiny, and those of you, so I think it would be Nanto and Hazer and Ravenous. You can all immediately get a feel from them. There is something of the arcane to them, indeed.
Ooh.
Guess who's
In what way?
not taking the earrings?
Yeah, Burke has no interest.
I mean, would Bulwark even wear earrings?
I mean, a good question, but I believe that he currently has a ring in his ear. Let me double check.
Oh,
Yeah, he
No.
does.
No, that's from his sword, I believe, but
Oh,
he
no,
did not.
That is, that
Yeah,
is-
it's part of it. So he doesn't have any piercings as of yet, but there's nothing to stop him just shoving that through his ear.
Yeah, like
just shove it through your ear. That's how.
It's
It
like,
works.
it's time for me to pierce my ears.
Oh fuck, guys.
But yeah, Bork definitely as a whole is not opposed to that point.
Mm.
Thankfully, he has more ears for more piercings. So. You
Oh
know.
my!
And
Oh,
Lyra
if this ear
already
doesn't
has
pierce,
it.
I'll just pierce the other one.
Yeah.
You're being racist here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You want to hear that? Yeah. What about Nanto? Huh?
Yeah, Nanto doesn't get to wear it. All right, so
He doesn't have any ears!
He can wear them just fine as long as he manages to pierce his ears.
That he does not have.
like all you need to do is just grab someone else's ears and attach them to your robot face.
Yes, you're right. I'll go on ear quest.
Get prosthetic ears.
The
Can you not
robot's
just-
quest for ears.
Could he not just hang them on his clothes like baubles? Does that not work?
Only one way to find out.
One way to find out. I mean, they are a magic item, so they theoretically should, in some way, conform to his shape.
Fair enough.
There you go. They sort of insert themselves into his ear holes. So, Chanzu, she hands them to Lyroon, actually, as the one who's escorting them out.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Here you are. Please make
Thank
good use
you.
of them.
You
Would
I
you be able to
appreciate
tell
it.
us what they do?
So yeah, Ravenous, detecting some kind of magical essence in them, just asked what they're doing. She said, "They look nice."
Is this a joke?
Is that what you say?
Yeah, I can feel they do something. Come on, girl. You gotta tell me.
No.
I
Don't
mean,
make her no takebacks.
She's
They-
given them to us already. I can ask questions.
they're just heirlooms. I mean, I don't know. What are you telling me? They're magical?
I didn't say anything. What are you talking about? Someone's throwing stuff.
Deception check.
Oh, shit.
May I have an Arcana check at this point? As I've been alert that they might be magical.
I mean, you could
Would
try.
it be a disadvantage or straight?
This because you haven't got proficiency in it. It's not your. You're very unarcana.
21.
Oh, wow. So yeah, but you're still able to determine that they are indeed of an arcane nature. You can detect some kind of magicalness. And
Oh shit! I rolled.
yeah, you rolled in
mine,
general, but that's fine.
yeah,
I can see it. So it's you're 21 on the that was persuasion as well, not deception. But you rolled an at 16. Can you
I
just
swear you said persuasion.
no deception? But roll me deception just so I can see what your mod is.
It's perception.
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
It's like Schweppes. So give me a deception check. Just DEC. There you go. So you're you actually have a better mod on your deception than your persuasion.
That was amazing.
So yeah, it's like okay. They look nice. I just thought they would be valuable. Enjoy.
They are magical.
Well, we're very appreciative for your gift to us.
I'm just sitting here like, when she lets you know, it's like, oh, I just think they're pretty. You're like, no, you're actually giving us extremely valuable magical items. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Fine, I deceived her.
He's not taking magical earrings.
Yeah. So you just see him like warding off. Like, nope. Right. So you got your rewards.
I've written them all out.
Yeah. She just gives you a nod to each of you. Thank you again, and just turns around and just lightly walks inside into the barracks.
Good luck with the rest of your life.
Thank you. I suppose. And yeah, the other children, some of them are still rather loudly crying now at the prospect of being returned to the parents who sold them and what might happen to their parents who sold them. The guard seems to be taking their names. You've got your rewards. You're at a loose end once more. I'm going to go to Lou while you discuss what to do.
Well, we still have to identify a couple of
I punched Nanto in the face.
Why would you punch me in the face?
This was our reason. Fireball. No.
Why?
I think it's time for us to essentially figure out what we've got, what we're selling, which is pretty much all of it. And yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So the wizard's robe and staff, were those magical?
We don't know.
I don't know. I won't be touching them anyways. I mean even taking those earrings has been. I don't think we should be carrying them. It's not our magic.
You're right. Of course, throw them away.
The only thing I ask, guys, is that I have the shiny necklace.
Done?
Cool. You can have everything else. I don't care now.
Yeah, we need to stop by Victoria's Secret. Get
Victoria's Secret.
Victoria's Secret, get a couple of things identified. We have enough money to get things identified.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Do you do a free consultation for magic items?
You realize that
Maybe-
it's midnight. There's not much chance that any
I need to rest. I need to take care of.
Nanto barely has a concept of sleeping, so.
I was gonna say Lyroon and Nanto could go do the dealings for us while we all sleep.
Well. Okay.
Dealings if the store is closed.
I was gonna say.
Hey, we only got out what time did we leave the sewers, Sam?
9 p.m.
Like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe they'll be.
So we break into Victoria's Secret's house.
Yep.
And then the
this
weird
is-
screaming thing that she has, like when you leave.
No, that was the weird
You'd be like,
screaming thing on the blacksmith. She was just gonna wand to fireball us.
No. It was the blacksmith who told us that Victoria has the security system where,
No,
like.
he was talking about his own security.
Oh, I was confused. My apologies.
She also, of course, has a wand of disintegration. It's much better that way because it doesn't leave any corpses.
Ah, yes.
No evidence.
Look, you thought that place was dusty because of dust? No.
Look what I just found, Lyroon.
I ruined in lingerie.
Yeah.
It just fell out of my notebook.
Lyroon lingerie outfit.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Right, sorry. Carry on. Yeah. So
stuff.
the only thing I took away from the conversation about what we're doing with everything is that I get the shiny necklace, and then everyone else can have everything else.
Right, so you got some rewards to divvy up. Sounds like it would be a good time. It sounds like you're going to need to bed down fairly soon anyway. Some of your party have been. It's a very long day of adventuring. And you got some rewards to distribute, so perhaps a visit to the local tavern.
Maybe we should go to the Borf Tavern. No.
We're not going to Lady Luck. No.
We should go to the Lady Luck Tavern, yeah.
I'd say any other. That guy has seen.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Oh, yeah,
That's
'cause he's-
where any Defeato went. I don't think I want to be there.
Okay.
So,
we really should not be in view of him anytime soon.
so you know of 2 other taverns in Daggerford.
Here comes
There's
the puns.
no, it's the River Shining Tavern, or the had it on my tip of tongue a second ago.
The Dawn and Giblet.
The worst.
The Happy Cow.
Oh, I want to go there.
The happy cow. How happy is the cow?
You'll have to
From
find
1 to
out.
10.
Yeah.
He
Like
is
baby bear
utterly
happy.
ecstatic.
So the River Shining, Ravenous, Lyroon, and Nanto have been to once before. That's where they first met, in fact. The Happy Cow is just one that you've been passing by as you've been walking around town.
And I think Brooke would also know all of this, given his...
Yeah, Burke knows all of them. Hazer knows all of them because they've both been around town for a few days.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I said
Okay,
River
so-
Shining.
Which one has the best alcohol?
River Shining,
is-
yeah, River Shining's the biggest.
Let's go to
Which
that
is
one
gonna
then.
be the most expensive?
Don't know.
So a bit out of character, but we just received 100 gold pieces. A good night's lodging will not cost more than 2.
Yeah.
That's including dinner. I think we can afford a good tavern for a night.
But I like cows. They're utterly amazing.
Stop. Alright, you've lost your speaking privileges.
I'll mute myself.
Yeah, it's muted.
Another question at that point. Would the opposite of inspiration be desperation?
Probably, yeah.
I think that's fair. Desperation point awarded. I get to
Yeah.
apply a disadvantage at my will.
I think the player gets to apply disadvantage to his roll at will.
No, the other players get to apply this to their role whenever we want.
Exactly.
So where are you going? River Shining or Happy Cow?
River Shining.
River Shining.
Very shining.
Cool, there you go. You're outvoted, Ravenous, so you get into the River Shining. So,
No.
maybe you can swing by the
That's all I
Happy
have
Cow
to
another time. So you make your way to the River Shining. It's much the same as the last time you saw it. It's fairly busy. Most of the tables are packed out. There's it's not quite like fist fights or anything breaking out. It's just a raucous crowd all enjoying themselves. A few people perhaps slightly too deep in their cups. The bar you can see is a jolly barman, big grin, big beard, and he's just like sees you come in, is like, come on over, get some drinks in here, and encourages you over to the bar.
Yeah. I think I would be happily approaching. And would take a quick look at the others. Is anyone else rushing to order for themselves?
I am so hungry.
I'm
because-
ravenous.
Nanto is so hungry right now.
Excellent.
Sorry,
You'll never get bored of that one.
No.
So yeah, it seems like you're all rushing to the bar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, we've had a day fighting pumpkins and going into some poop sewers and then saving some children and then getting a shit ton of rewards. And yeah, I think we deserve a good...
And you're telling the barman all of that without giving the actual order for things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just announcing that.
give me something.
And he like looks over you all, and you can see like the tears and gashes in your clothing, well, not necessarily in your flesh. You can see you've been in the wars, and he's like, "Looks like you've been in the wars then."
The
You could say
wars?
Yeah.
We've been in plenty
Turn
of
a
things
phrase.
today. Could I have a tankard of beer, the heartiest dinner you've got, and then perhaps a lodging for the night? I think all of us will want that one.
Mm.
Can I have a bottle of wine?
Bottle of wine. Just-
Uh,
That's rummaging, looking for it.
a vegetarian meal and lodging for the night.
Would you like our house, value, or premium wine, sir?
House.
House it is. And he pulls out a labelless brown bottle.
Of so-called wine.
That may
See?
may.
I was expecting him to take out the value wine and then rip off the label.
House. Yeah, it's a brown bottle, no label, just belongs on the bar, and there's no cork in it. It's just open. Yeah. For Burrick's request, he just starts. He grabs a flagon, moves over to. There's 3 kegs behind him, and he moves to the one on the right, the heartiest, right? And he starts pouring, and there's starts scraping off the foam as it comes out on the top of it, and just keeps scraping it off until it's full of beer. Puts it onto the bar. Slight slosh over the edge as he puts it onto the bar.
How kind of him to scrape the foam.
Yeah.
You know, he very much could have just poured the whole thing in, just given you like 3/4 head of beer, and then just been like, deal with it.
It just reminds me of that old joke of, people order the 3 beers as the waiter is walking away. But in clean cup, please. The waitress goes back. Which one of you ordered in a clean cup?
That's really gross.
Ugh.
I look straight at the bartender and say, I want your finest dragon whiskey and set it on fire for me.
Dragon whiskey. And he sort of turns around and puts his hands on his hips and starts eyeing the various bottles of spirits behind him, trying to find it. Dragon whiskey. And he reaches out for this bottle, and you see it's a depiction of sort of a logo. It's black and it's just swirling dragon breathing fire, and he just holds it up, like, blows the dust of it. No one ordered that one for a while. Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Right. Good for you, young miss. And gets out a shot measure, just pours it out, and you want it lit on fire. You realise what dragon whiskey's meant to do, right?
Light it on fire for me.
All right.
So well.
It just fucking explodes.
You just like, yeah, he's got like a candle nearby on the countertop, and he's like, okay. He sort of stands back a bit, sheepishly holding out the candle to it. Just this inferno starts pouring out from the top of it. Just sort of scorch marks left in a black ring around it on the bar top. And he's like, oh, that was more than I expected. Here you are.
I want to try that too.
A quick question. After that dies out, how much drink is left in the shot?
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's
what's
about
left?
a third.
Okay.
2/3 off. What's left? There's no alcohol left in it. It's all
Now
burnt off.
now I require a flagon of that, but don't light it on fire.
Flat.
A
Big
flagon of
spender,
whiskey? Alright.
All right. And you just. Do you want the whole bottle?
Yeah, why not? Let's do this.
All right.
I do.
Yeah.
I'll
You
share
two.
with you. Don't worry, Hazel.
You two enjoy that. It's well, it's 10 gold pieces for the bottle.
That's fine. I have funds.
Okay.
She shuffles around her pouch, brings out 10 gold between her fingers, like shing, throws it onto the counter.
He sort of raises his eyebrows. Right. Big spenders. I'll be and he just looks at the ale, just like silver piece for the ale. And what did you? Oh, the wine. 1 gold for the wine.
Hand over the gold.
Cool. So he just takes all the monies. Right. Anything for you, sir? Just looking to Nanto.
Nanto steps up to the bar and has a bit of a giggle to himself and just, yes, I would like 1 cup of water because I am thirsty.
He just wants to fit in so bad.
I love Nanto. He's such a good character.
He just sort of shoots this quizzical look, like, oh, actually, deception check, Nanto.
Oh, yeah.
If the nat one is going to be perfect.
That's 9.
It's 9. It's not great.
Oh
So-
no.
He could fail.
Passive insight would pick up on it.
Yeah. Well, you know something's wrong. Well, I mean, anyone would know something's wrong with that statement. And just looks at him and is like, shoots him a quizzical look. I mean, it's just a cup of water, so it's not exactly valuable. He's like, okay.
Question. When he goes to pour me a cup of water, can I use my no somatic, no verbal mage hand that's invisible to move the glass out of the way?
It's so mean. Yeah.
Why?
So you can. So he like makes the pour of the water, and just the glass just moves to the side, and the water just glugs onto the counter. And he's like, he just moves it over to the side to pour into it. I assume you just keep doing this.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like, it's kind of like in Malcolm in the Middle when Dewey's trying to pour squash into the glass and keeps missing, and it pours on the ground. So he's just like glug.
Oh my god,
glug.
that's so
Glug.
funny.
It's like on the 3rd attempt, he's just like, just take the bottle. Have it.
Oh, gladly.
And just like shoots him dirty look, like he thinks something's up here.
He just holds the bottle of water. And then we'll just kind of mention, oh, you need any help cleaning that?
Aww.
Yeah, as you say, he was like getting like an old dirty rag ready to start sopping up. And he's like, yeah, what are you gonna do though?
Presto changeo and prestidigitation.
And just all the water just vaporizes into the air, and he's just like, adventures. Right, yeah, thank you for that.
Right as rain, no problem.
Good. And you said you wanted lodging.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. A place to
Yes.
stay for the night.
Is that all of you together, or?
If you've got separate rooms, I'd appreciate it.
I'm gonna sleep with him. Just to piss him off. Because he wants to be alone.
Well, we've got enough. You all want separate rooms, or do you all want separate rooms?
I don't
I mean,
mind.
I don't need a room. I can sleep on the floor of someone's room.
Yeah, Lyroon and Ravenous.
There you go. There's one pairing. Nanto, do you need a room? Do you
Well,
want
not
to?
really, but I could definitely stand in the same room as you guys.
Just while we sleep, just like in the corner, like beady eyes just flaring at us.
Cool.
And of course asking, are you asleep yet?
Yeah.
And then Hazel, presumably.
Maybe he should bunk up with us, and then Hazer can go with Buruk.
No, Burke wants his own room.
No, I'm going for a separate one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm going for a separate room too.
Expanders. So it's just me and the non-sleepers.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, 3 rooms. So 1 gold piece a room for the night. There you go. Feel free to divvy that up. So yeah, presumably you divvy that up. It's like 1/3 of a gold each. Let's call it 3 silver each for you 3.
Oh no, I just pay the gold for my room because gold means nothing to Ravenous.
Cool. So Ravenous
Yeah.
splurging for the night. Burke pays a gold. Hazel pays a gold. Right. Enjoy. Here are your keys. It's rooms 7, 8, and 12. They're all upstairs. Don't walk into the wrong rooms. That goes badly.
Noted.
Enjoy.
Do you serve breakfast in the morning?
It's a continental breakfast.
Yeah, just come down to the bar. We'll sort you out with breakfast. It's included in the gold piece.
Would be shooting a surprised look. Ravenous says, have you never been in a tavern before? The serving breakfast is their business.
Do you not recall my backstory?
So, out of character, I perfectly know it.
Yes, I do.
Brooke does not know a lot about your backstory.
Oh, we have the conversation, all three of us.
Yeah, you had the short rest chats.
Mm.
But she had assumed at least that you were skulking about and around taverns and all.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
probably seen taverns before. But anyway, so you grab your drinks. In the interest of ending relatively on time, you grab your drinks, carouse perhaps a bit, and commiserate on your victory. Right word. Celebrate your victory. Any last words before we start wrapping up?
Rutabaga.
There you go.
What?
He just wanted to say a word.
Just his
Yeah.
last words.
Yeah.
Fun words.
Last words. Achiriki kotakarta.
Oh, okay, alright, okay. No.
You asked for it.
Akuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
No worries.
Cool.
And
So, yeah.
copyright strike.
And copyright.
Um,
Disney's coming for you now.
so you enjoy your drinks.
So,
What was that? Sorry, Hazer?
no. I just made a comment about the Disney
Ah, cool.
comment.
So, grab your drinks. After a couple of drinks, just enjoying. Ravenous. When you go to sample the dragon whiskey without setting it on fire, you share it with Hazer. When you take a shot of it, you sort of feel this heat build up in your mouth and then suddenly surge down your throat, and then back up. You feel this uncontrollable, almost belch come up, and then your mouth opens by reflex, and this gout of flame erupts from your mouth outwards.
That's why it's my favorite.
Yeah.
And then
is
because I use
wine-
my... I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
go
I was gonna say I use my my thaumaturgy to like change the color of the flame as it comes out each time.
Cool. So dragging lots of attention to yourselves in the centre of this tavern. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lots of other people sort of looking around. These big spenders bought an entire bottle of dragon whiskey, a bottle of wine, a flagon of ale, and a glass of water, and
A bottle.
a whole bottle of water.
Big
And
spenders. Go for an entire
Huge
bottle.
spenders.
there's roaring, multicoloured flames erupting from Ravenous's mouth. Hazer would see the same because I think he was going to enjoy the dragon whiskey as well,
Yeah, we're sharing.
sharing that. So
Yes.
also
He also
enjoying.
holds his bottle of water very dearly and lovingly.
Just the whole time.
Just holding it, like just clutching it to his side.
He's just holding it in front of him. As soon as everyone's ready to go, he puts it back down on the counter, taps it a little bit, and then just heads up to his room.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, Buruk would also be retiring rather early from the whole thing.
Yeah, Buruk has spent every single resource he has during that day's battles. And
Before we go to bed, I ask if Hazer is potentially able to cure my pink eye.
not yet.
Oh, okay.
It'll be
Thanks.
after a long rest.
Before we
But
go
it
to
gets
bed,
worse after a long rest.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
But he needs to prepare the spells.
Okay.
before we go to bed, I put on the earrings.
Cool.
Oh.
Oh yes, we need to identify everything we
You
have.
look fabulous.
Yeah.
I already have several earrings. It's good.
Yeah.
They
So
look good on you.
clip the earrings
Um,
up, earrings on. It's
And I would like to attune to them over my long rest.
certainly- yeah. We'll see what happens next time.
They're
as a
cursed.
result of that.
Super cursed.
Cursed.
It causes all of the hair like right here to fall out and your forehead to get larger.
It's like- so you just look like that elven child.
That wasn't a child. That was
Curse.
that wasn't a child. That was a fully grown man.
Just been regressed by the cursed earrings. Cool. So I think we'll call it there, unless there's anything else. Lovely.
All right.
Right.
Not for this moment.
So thank you very much, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. You are now substantially richer. Tomorrow, perhaps you can go spending some of your newly earned gold. You've got a bunch of gear to look over. You've got a pair of earrings that you know for certain are magical, and you can see what they do by trying to tune them overnight.
And congratulations, everyone, on hitting level 5.
You haven't killed a single thing.
Yeah, you haven't killed anything this game.
I punched Nanto in the face.
Why do you keep doing
not
that?
round.
What has it done to you?
I must say,
I want the experience.
For a speed.
I did not expect it to take 3 hours to get out of the sewer, I must admit.
Don't punch the friendly robot in the face.
He's so naive. Let him be.
And so, to summarise what's happened, yeah, you've rescued the children, returned them to the guards. They're going to sort out what's happening to them. You collected your rewards. You also rescued Danny Defeato, sent him off. You know he's staying at the Lady Luck, and he's a member of the Invisible Hands. You know that, as well, Buruk has a piece of parchment.
Well, just saying, more like the invisible hand now.
Just the one.
No, it is an agglomerate of several adventurer parties.
Yeah, exactly.
So
there are
that
other ones.
glue has screwed up, but
So it's more like an invisible hand with one less finger. And yeah, Buruk's got a piece of parchment with some instructions on them that he gets to.
We also have a letter from Victoria for Duchess Morwen, just reminding us.
Yeah, exactly. You got a letter of almost admission to go see Duchess Morwen. Buruk, I'll allow you to inspect said letter over your long rest.
yeah, I would be interested. Should we do that after the session, just in the private
Yes.
talk?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it'll be next. I'll give you the results of it between now and next week, and then you can choose what to share with the rest of the party. At that time.
What's that?
Cool.
Should we keep the current loot just as a single pile and we sort it out next time?
Yeah, I think you can do that out of character.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can do it over the next week or so.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday evenings, and I'll see you next
There's
week.
none left.
Alright.
Bye, guys.
See you guys. Bye.
See you.